Hey everybody. So we're back finally live after so long. Um, I really don't remember where we're at. Things have been weird for our family, but things are going to be good. I've got a great group. We're actually introducing a new player today. Ala from Simon's contacts. Yes, there is an echo. I hear it. I'll take care of it in a minute. But let's get in there. And so we're starting off with, like I said, a whole new scenarios with the Void Pirates. That's why we're calling them We Are Pirates. We will see where they go. We're going to try a different kind of layout campaign style where I'm just going to let the players kind of help drive the story more than anything else, which is what it should be. But we didn't last time, and there's been something on the back of my head for the longest time. So we will be doing that that way. So let's just get in and say hi to everybody.
I'm Neil.
Hey guys.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
You're just so excited.
So excited to be here. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody real quick. We will start with the oldest of us all, out of print. Technically, I'm older, but you know,
I'm the living fossil known as the Out of Print GM. You'll find me on most of social media under that moniker. Hello. And tonight, I will be playing my troll, Bootak the Hunter.
And next to them is the very, I don't know how to say this without just saying it, most beautiful individual in the world, in my opinion.
Is it me already? Oh,
Oh no, it's not you. You'd have to do something with the cheekbones and the nose to even become close to the tabletop gamer. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm alright. It is I am most beautiful of all goblins. And tonight I will be playing Ravandra, my bard tree. And I'm looking forward to seeing if my accent slowly goes more and more Scottish the more we play with Neil.
Not a bad thing.
Right, and then the cryptid of our group, Nat. How are you, Nat?
I'm still with COVID, but I'm not dying from it now. So
That's good. So Nat and M are going to be sharing one mic because they're in the same room right across from each other. So, or next to each other. I don't know how to say it, so like that. So,
sorry.
honey and alcohol. That's what I prescribe for that cough. Honey and alcohol.
Combine the two, drink mead.
Right,
I
exactly.
really like one of those things. I really don't like the other one.
And so the next and our newest member is Neil.
hello, I am Neil. I can be found most places as TTRPG _ Neil. Used to be D&D Neil, but we're not doing that anymore. Anyway, I am Balin, and I am called. I can't remember my name. That's terrible. Back to Neil, but people call me Tinny
Oh,
because that's easier to remember.
I completely forgot to actually introduce my character. I'm playing a Skajaldi called Gerd. Sorry, I completely glossed over that.
No worries. So each one of these individuals are playing a unique species. So the Balian are ferret folk. Skajaldi are our tortoise turtle shell folk, I guess, in a sense. M is playing a Kajus.
Kajasu.
Because I can't even say my own names without looking at them. And they are a tree folk. And the only one that's actually standard of the core races are both Neil and Adaprant. Both playing, one's playing a Balian, the other one's playing a troll. So that'll be a lot of fun. So when we last left off, you guys had just arrived with a previous mission of delivering some goods to the station. It was taken away by a very mysterious individual that works for, I believe it was the Hazula Syndicate.
Yeah, it was the.
And you got some time off for a little bit. The overall play is that you guys have been on this the Hellgate Station, Void Station, for over a year. It's kind of become your home and your standard base. Neil has just arrived. I'm gonna say Back, because I actually wrote your nickname as Back instead of Tinny, but Back has only been here for a month. So let's go ahead and start with Adaprant. What is going on in Hellgate Station for you today?
Botak is currently in the gym working out, making sure his muscles are up to the finest quality of muscles that he can muster. And sort of always keeps an eye on the mirror to watch his back, because it's not a place where you can trust the locals. And after that, I'll be probably meeting up the crew for breakfast, lunch, something along those lines.
And then you've got security tonight.
Yep.
As is always, you're at the local workout area, the combat training area is what we'll call it for now. And you've always got that rivalry going on with Hangus. He seems to unusually, he seems to be lifting a little bit more than you are today, like significant amounts. Hey, Stoic. Which is unusual for you, because you always tend to be the stronger of the two, but somehow he's lifting more than you.
Thinks out loud. He's challenged for a Botak. Botak stronger. Botak put more weight on bar.
You go to put more weight on the bar, and the guy just grins at you, and he matches you.
Then I will put more weight on.
All right, so now we're getting to the point where you're going to need to make a strength check. How much weight are you working with right now?
Well, let's see. I have a strength stat of 118.
Okay, so what's your max weight lift then?
Oh, hang on.
Second page.
Look at the second page.
Well, it's actually 6 times 118.
My max lift is 708.
So you're approaching 700 pounds at this point, and he now as a Canis, they're not very big in the first place, but he's bigger, muscular than most Canis that you've seen, but he is approaching 700 pounds with ease. And he's got this big grin on his face, like I've got you now.
I'll just start doing reps.
Oh, he starts matching you, but now he's at 800 pounds.
Put more weight on.
And he matches you. Make a strength check at a TS of 1 for every 75 pounds that you have up there. So that's going to be, well, if you say 800 that you have on there now,
Yep.
you'll need 10 successes.
So that's 29 with a stat of 107 at 118 gives me 9 successes.
You get up there with 800 and you're struggling to keep this up. He smirks at you. He goes, "You need to lift more." Make a perception check, Brent.
Perception or awareness?
Perception.
Okay, good, because that's better. No, I rolled an 87 with a skill with an attribute of 74. So no, I failed that.
Yeah, you don't really see anything unusual about him. All right, so you guys are kind of doing this lifting competition that he is clearly winning, and this is the first time he's ever done this. He has never been able to match you. He's never been able to get up as high as you are, and he's very proud of himself. You can see the fur kind of ruffle on his back. You know, he's an old silverback. And he's just really proud of himself. And he puts another 100 pounds on there, so he's almost at 1,000 pounds. We'll be back.
I'm just gonna watch him work. It's obviously something along the lines here. Maybe some strange voodoo is being used on him to make him stronger.
Ravana.
Ravandra.
I'm gonna call you Riva for short. Riv. I'm just gonna call you R. How about that? Just R. I'm joking. Ravandra.
She would call her whatever you wanted.
What's Ravandra doing for today? What's on her schedule?
Ravandra probably will start her day by taking her Gittern over to the usual expert to. I don't have my updated character sheet, so I don't have the names of my connections on here.
Oh, so you're talking your instrument guy?
Yeah. Kaga. She'll go to him in the morning, just to get like any strings replaced or anything like that he's done.
You go there that morning and stuff like that, and you walk into the shop like you normally do, but you don't hear or see them in the shop, which is unusual because he rarely leaves his shop unless he's actually going to be delivering something, and if he does, the shop is generally closed.
I guess she'll just walk in and be like, "Hello, hello."
Make a perception check. Just don't fail it.
Perception. My perception is. There it is. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That is 3 successes.
You hear something kind of come to a crash in the back room.
Like a symbol? Or...
No, like objects
Like a plot
crash.
device.
Like objects plot device. Like objects crashing into the onto the floor.
I'll hurry around to the back to wherever the noise is coming from.
So the shop.
Oh my goodness!
So the shop itself looks relatively well kept, but as soon as you turn the corner and get into the back room, which is a normally, the Ikaga is very meticulous about where everything is at, so he knows exactly where it's at. This has been ransacked. Things are off the wall. There's a small pool of blood near the back door, and a single finger.
Does Kaga keep any, like, is there like a fridge or a freezer back here that Kaga uses? Does Kaga live at the shop?
No, they do not.
Okay.
But when you kind of get close to the finger and you look at it, it's definitely in a series finger. Because remember, it's in a series finger. Remember, they only have 4 fingers. They have a thumb and three fingers.
So it's definitely one of theirs.
One of theirs.
Okay. She'll kind of pick the finger up and very gently hold it in her hand while she looks around to see, like, is there any blood trailing out the door?
So there's a pool out by the door. You kind of open the door and you look out, and it looks like there's a trail of blood leading down the alley to the left, and then it just kind of like almost stops. Like if you're looking at like pools of blood, right, little droplets of blood, you can see where they've hit the ground and they're kind of round. The last one is cut in half.
Okay. And if I head over to where the last one is, like, can I look around to see any more signs of where they might have gone? Nothing?
Nothing.
Mm.
You're suddenly, as you're sitting there, as you're standing there looking around, going back and forth, there unusually is a swift wind, a cold draft blows past you to the point where frost kind of clings to you for a moment and then dissipates as this force of this wind moves past you.
You're cutting out on me a lot, Levi. I don't know if that's a me thing or a you thing.
I'm definitely getting it from Levi as well.
Okay.
Really? I'm at full max. I'll move the mic closer. Is that any better?
So far, so good, yeah.
All right. So what did you not hear?
I heard there
Or
was
what
a
did you hear up to?
cold wind that blew past almost like frost, and then it cut out from like there.
Right. So that's basically what happens. Is you're hit with this
Okay,
this cool wind that kind of frosts you for a moment, and then it just dissipates.
It dissipates. Okay. What direction did it come from? Did it come from her left or her right?
It would come. So what you kind of look at, it actually comes from behind you. So as soon as you
behind me.
turn, whether you turn it's left or right, depends on which way you turn. So it came from behind you because you're kind of looking down at the blood spot and how it's kind of cut in half, and then this cold wind just kind of blows past you. Kind of cut in half, and then wind just kind of.
Huh. Ravandra, if there's no signs of where they've gone, and there's just like a cold draft coming from behind her, I take it when she looks around, there's no distinctive cause of a draft.
No
Is there?
distinct cause, no.
Okay. I think Ravandra might go get Gad then, to be honest.
All right. With that, we'll go up to Gad. Gad, what are you doing today? Good on this afternoon-ish kind of day.
Gad is doing what is something of a ritual now, since they very recently returned. Gad is doing ship maintenance. Instead of trusting somebody else to do it, Gad would much rather just do it himself. So, he is in whichever bay the Swift is parked in, and he is currently checking over the landing gear.
So you're in the bay, checking over the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be spending most of the time there. Neil, as you kind of are making your way through this portion of the Hellgate, as you were coming down one of the streets, there's an alleyway that kind of leads up, and you're suddenly hit by this very shivering cold wind. It it crystallizes on you for a moment, and it's very, very cold. Your fur, your skin naturally reacts to it, and your fur really gets really, really close to you, and it really warms you up. But there's remnants of frost on you as it blows by. As you look down the alleyway, you see this very tall, 8 to 10 foot tall tree standing in the middle of the alley.
So there's a tree standing in the alley. That's not something you see every day. Roughly, kind of how far down the alley was the tree? Sorry.
What kind of tree is it?
No, how far down the alley is it?
It's maybe 30 feet.
30 feet. And from what I'm seeing, does it just look like a tree, or does it look like a tree with personality?
So it starts to move. You can see the legs and the arms and extending into branchy like hands, and it's looking around, and it looks behind it, and then it starts to turn towards you.
Oh, okay, so just still a bit chilled, and I'm still kind of taking what's going on, and just in my head, I just kind of something you don't see every day. And this is just kind of like a general thought that kind of I just kind of throw out just to see if I send it into the universe to see if it gets any response, and then I kind of wander towards it slowly. It normally takes me more than 5 minutes to break the DM.
Are you married to that voice?
He's a very small guy and he talks in a high pitch very fast.
Would you consider divorcing the voice?
I think, yeah, you know what? I think you and the Botak would make a good teamwork.
That's just his inside the head voice. He might sound completely different out loud.
There'll be a
Add-
whole new version of cursed out loud.
As he looks down the alley, he just kind of goes, "Are you all right there?"
From one extreme to the other.
Fucking
You said he's a Balian, right?
yeah, he's a Bailey.
So he's a small ferret with a deep Scottish accent. That's really good.
Probably not much bigger than Mayak was.
That's
to be
really
honest.
good.
I mean, Balians are no more than 3 feet tall, 3.5 feet
Yeah.
tall.
Like was on the lower end of that. But yeah, Balians are small.
Balians are babies.
Yeah.
Babelians.
That's it.
So, what are you doing, Em?
Hey, I'm kind of wandering up the alley just because it's like, so you don't see trees walking about or moving and could be dancing, could be anything, just to see exactly what's going on there, because I'm curious about everything in life and just kind of new experience. Need to go and see what's happening.
So, you're kind of looking around and you see this. It's not like you've never seen one before, but this Balian is kind of cocked their head and they're kind of like coming towards you up the alley.
Okay. Ravandra kind of whooshes her head round to look at you. To look at the Balian.
So what exactly does let's stop there for a second. What exactly does Riviandra look like? Give us this
I'm
image.
so glad you asked. She is 7 foot tall. And she's got like the grayish bark of an old willow tree. With slender limbs that branch out almost like Tim Burton-esque tree branches. On top of her head, almost imitating like dreadlocks, she's got tons and tons of vines that fall down across her head, with buds that kind of change colors depending on the time of year or whatever kind of calendar they go by out here. Her face looks, it's almost like the bark on her face imitates the wrinkles of an old lady. And she's wearing very free flowing, like a formless dress, basically. And she is barefoot. So as she whips her head round, all these vines go flying with it, and then as they kind of fall down again, she'll brush them back with one hand to reveal her face.
Like a L'Oreal advert.
Exactly. Before very quietly responding with, "You are not Kaga."
I'm not much of anything.
No, even the smallest of spirits can have the loudest of voices. Have you seen what was Kaga's race again?
In a series, one of the 4-armed individuals, they are well known for the fact that they have emotion bands that run across, starts at the top of the forehead, kind of runs back down the center of the back, all the way towards down the back, and kind of fades out just before it hits the rump. These emotion bands control. A series don't really show emotion; they show it through their bands. And so it can change colors, and it's this oscillating colorization that they have.
Cool. Okay. Have you seen an Asarium with only 15 fingers?
I think all Assyrians have 15 fingers. But I've not seen one specifically. What did they look like? You know you're standing in something you've not got shoes on.
I mean, I have to stand somewhere.
Yeah, but did you have to stand in that?
She'll step to one side to see if that kind of eases him a little bit.
Oh, that's better. He bends down and picks up something and just kind of takes a wee bite of it.
Usually they have 16, I believe. But my poor friend has gone missing and it has been cut off.
Yeah, that's it. Um,
He has 4 arms and
Hmm.
bands on his head.
hmm. If you plant that, will you grow a new one?
We could try.
You're laughing at me.
No, no,
Fifteen
she's
finger.
genuinely, she's not laughing at, she's dead serious. It's because I can hear Nat chuckling in the background and I'm struggling to keep a straight face. But she's dead serious.
Very good.
So, looks you in the face and goes, and then without a say, "Are you one of those ones that can hear thoughts?"
Does that actually, is that said out loud?
Oh, that's in his head.
It's in his
He-
head, okay.
He's telepathing.
He's telepathing.
Yeah.
Well, remember, technically, that's how your
Also,
species
have,
communicates.
limited contact
only.
telepathy anyway, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh.
we have.
That's the only way they communicate. So you've been having this whole conversation in
Alright,
their
so
heads.
it's only just dawned on me that, yeah, that suddenly it's like,
You better be married to
found
Dave.
it.
Might the tree folk know some sort of thing like semaphore or sign language they can do with the tree limbs?
Yeah. Sign language is a skill you can have. And Ravandra does have sign language. So yeah, but yes, she will respond with we all are most honest in our thoughts, are we not?
Yeah, like, that is so deep. Yeah. You want a hand to find your pal?
I would love one, thank
A
you.
hand. I can give you all my fingers.
Soon we might have enough for a new Kaga.
Hmm.
If we are not Frankenstein in one.
Do the cargo you want to see in the world.
No, it's Revenge Science Monster, not Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I like you. I like your spirit. Would you like to meet my captain?
Yeah, why not? I've not met a captain before.
Follow me. And we're gonna head back to find Gad.
And so how tall are you again? About 7 foot?
7 foot.
And are you a sturdy tree or are you a willowy tree?
I'm a willowy tree.
I won't try and jump up your back.
You would need to warn her if you were gonna do that, or she might topple over.
I gauge
have
that she's
taken-
not one for. That she's a willow.
She's a willow. I have taken all the disadvantages for being an old character, so she is not nearly as strong as anyone else in the group, I imagine.
I'll take that challenge.
Ugh. Yeah, she's a very thin little willow tree. But yeah, we'll head back towards the Swift.
All right. So you guys are heading back to the Swift. Gad, are you doing anything other than just checking over the ship? Are you looking? Remember, you guys have the ability to modify the ship based off of the number of spots that are available. I believe you have 5, so you can make some modifications, and/or you can switch things out depending on what you want to do, if you can afford it, of course. What are you doing? Anything special? Are you just checking it over?
I don't think Gad is modifying it yet. He's probably looking at today as a bit of downtime for the rest of his crew. He's using that time to make sure the engine is in good nick, that the ship itself is still flyable. He doesn't see any point in trying to modify a piece of shit. So making sure the ship is in as good a state as it can be before he starts looking at upgrading it. And it's something that he would want to talk to his co-pirates about. Sorry, co-pilot. Same difference.
Oh, I did fail to mention one thing. while you were there, kind of looking around, you did notice a kind of gourd, a greenish orange gourd, kind of sitting in the middle of the mess, completely carved out.
So I just want you all to know Nat has my right hearing aid because it acts purely as a mic into my left one so I can hear them better with my headphones on, and they just picked it up and put it right up to their mouth and whispered, "Take the gourd."
I feel so bad about my comment now.
So Ravandra will pick up and take the gourd with her.
All right, very good.
I like your conscience.
How long are you going to work out there, Butak?
My usual repetitions, you know.
Yeah,
Do my best to ignore the canus.
Yeah, I mean, he
We
is
all know that
almost.
Canus
He's,
rhymes with anus, so.
you gonna say that out loud?
Yeah, he's stupid enough to do that.
That causes Hangus to kind of like look at you, and he snarls, and he goes, "You're just a weak, pathetic thing, aren't you?" And he puts another 100 pounds on, so he's now at 1,100 pounds.
As he's lifting it, I'll walk over and I'll just rest my arm on the bar as he's lifting. Have a nice day. See you later.
So are you like pushing down as you're doing it?
Oh yeah, I'm going to put all my body weight onto it.
Strength check.
05.
Ooh, that's a crit. Roll.
It's only a 4 on that.
So that's 15 successes. So you go and you put your arm down there and you start to lean all, 800 pounds onto the weight, and you're pushing down, and he just grins and he just pushes up as though you weren't even there.
Shortcuts are not shortcuts, my friend. Have a nice day. Then leave, pick up my stuff and go.
All right, so as you're making your way out, let's do this. Make a charisma check.
Oh shit. I rolled 100. All
So
zeros.
as you're kind of getting your gear and you're kind of coming out of it, you kind of drop one of your gear and you go to reach down, and as you do, you kind of come face to face with Ravandra, almost literally headbutting her with your horns as you kind of start to step up because you kind of stumbled forward, and there's Ravandra, and next to her is this short, fluffy Balian.
Ravandra, I think you might have infestation again.
No, Butak, this is our friend. What is your name?
How could they be friends if you not know them?
Tinny. My name's Tinny. What you say to me, man?
Benny.
Tinny has been nothing but helpful to me, and now I need you to be helpful to me. Look at what I have found.
I'll pat Timmy on the head. Welcome,
Do
Timmy.
that again, I'll bite your fucking finger off. Or I'm just at the right height that I'll bite something else off.
It's okay, I'm troll, I regenerate.
I'll set fire to it as well. Regenerate that.
In time.
Ravandra's gonna sidestep to be directly in between them. Just kind of saying as she does, see, isn't he
Move
lovely?
some of the
Look what I
some of the
found.
branches about so I can actually see. I'm 8 foot odd tall.
And she's 7 foot. She can get in the way.
Yeah, it's just like I'm like, listen, let us go to ship and have breakfast.
She's properly shoving this finger in Butak's face, by the way.
Okay, me not hurt, little one. Just
My
go ship.
Kaga! My Kaga's finger! My Kaga's finger has been left behind.
Oh, he left you a tip.
No, no, this was not on purpose.
Finger tip, I get that. That was funny. You're alright.
Let us go get equipment from ship and then we go back and we track him. I know some ancient tracking skills. When I was young boy, I was taught tracking by my father. He taught me to hunt and to track. I was good. Then I got kidnapped and fought to be a gladiator, but that's a different story. Anyway, to ship.
Gad, while you're kind of going about the ship, making small repairs and making sure it's still kind of up from the last battle that you guys kind of had as you were leaving,
Yeah.
you're making your way around the outside of the ship, and it becomes very chilly around you. And then dissipates. Your shell has got a thick layer of frost on it from along the edges that you see. As you begin to look around, you see looks like a orangey yellowish kind of board kind of sitting on the steps leading up into, or the ramp, the ramp leading back up into the Swift.
Okay, yeah. Gad lifts the goggles up and scowls at the gourd, and then inside the Swift, and the back of the gourd.
What are you doing to the back of the board?
He's gonna pick up the gourd and then head into the Swift to make sure that nothing is afoot.
So you go into the Swift is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
When you get into the Swift, you don't see anything directly right off the bat. There's nothing amiss as like missing equipment or anything like that. But the lights that normally, the interior lights that are normally a bright yellowish kind of light, have begun to like fade. They fade out and then they come back up bright. Fade out and come back up bright.
Show yourself. You don't get to board my ship without permission.
Continues for a few more minutes, and then suddenly the entire power of the ship goes out. And as you're kind of standing in the main hall, that one area with the large table in the center of it, you are hit with a powerful gust of cold wind. Make a willpower check, TS of 3.
Yep, a willpower check, TS of how many?
3.
Ah, beans. Wait. I got 3 successes, baby.
Nice. You're hit with this. It's bone chilling. When you're hit with it, it doesn't leave any permanent damage, but your entire body is glistening with mist and frost for a slight minute, maybe 20 seconds, as it gets really, really, really cold. And then as it moves out past you, you can see that the mist and the frost develop into this apparition and then disappears. As though it kind of like drifted off the ship. The moment you see it kind of exit the back where the ramp is, the power comes back on.
Do I take any damage from that gust of cold wind?
No, because of the fact that you made your willpower check, it was enough to like cover your entire body with frost. Kind of like it's cold. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have cans of air in England. Yes.
Yeah.
You ever
Yes,
turn
we're
them
not
up?
that primitive.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, it's England.
I'm asking because Skajolti have a vulnerability to cold.
You do have a vulnerability cold, but it's no damage. That's why I had you do a willpower check.
Cool.
But it's kind of
Alright.
like, you turn a can of air over and you hit something with it. It kind of like blasts and it becomes this ice cold and then it goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of cold.
Okay. I'm gonna crush the gourd in my hand.
You just crush it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna squish the gourd in my hand.
As you
Make
crush
it
it, it's a fairly large gourd. It's going to take both your hands, and as you start to crush it, you hear this wailing, as though something is being tortured and stuff. And as you crush it, blood coats your hands, and blood comes from the
Alright,
gourd.
He's gonna stop when that weird shit starts happening. He's gonna stop.
Oh, that's weird.
Is there a particular lore skill I would need to recognize this?
Nature lore if you have it. What kind of lore skills do you have?
I've got technological and universal dimensions. So I don't imagine any of those will cut it.
No, none of those would. Well, I'll allow you to make a lore dimensions check.
Yeah, go on.
But it's going to be at a TS of 6.
That's a Note 3. Which makes that... Do I get to roll another D10 because I got a Note 3?
Sure.
I just want to double check for the old exploding dice. That's 15 successes.
You don't know anything directly what's related to the gourd, but there is a and you kind of get the feeling that maybe Riviandra might have a better understanding of this once they get
Sure.
there. But you've heard of this thing. No one really knows if it comes from another dimension or if it's rooted in the prime where you guys are at. But
Yeah.
every year or so comes around is this mythological creature that turns things and people into gourds.
Oh,
So he turns people into what?
gods.
Pumpkins.
Gourds. Pumpkins.
Right.
We're getting a Halloween
You just-
session.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
your sound keeps dropping out at my end, mate.
We've encountered the Pumpkin, Simon.
The pumpkin. Puns, you say?
No, the pump cake.
Heinous. But yeah, your sound's cutting out a bit for me as well, Levi.
I do not know why. Wait, hold on. Let me.
Have you got something that nullifies background?
There should be a.
Is that better?
It's hard to tell until you've been talking for a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out from there because
So, monologue.
the monologue. It's actually my input sensitivity. I think I had it up really high.
Okay.
That should be
You haven't
better.
cut out since, so
Yeah.
it seems like it's okay.
I have to do that when I'm
Well,
playing games on with other people. Like, you got too much noise in the background. I can't hear people walking. Shut up.
Don't play with other people if they're going to be like that.
Just play
I
with
think
us forever. We're the
I think
best.
that could be Tiny's new voice.
Um,
I'm walking here.
Hey, come on, come on.
It's from Arizona, not New York.
Hey, I'm walking.
yo, I'm walking here.
Hey, Copernicus.
Oh, that's so stupid, Nick. That's just stupid.
You're stupid.
No. Do you know how dice like to speak? Dialogue.
Yes! Oh, I could use that for a Monday Punday sometime.
Oh no. So
That one was
after
to die for.
about 15 or 20 minutes, you guys finally make your way back to the Swift, and you kind of, Gad, what are you doing in the next 15 minutes with this whole thing?
What time of day is it? Just about.
It's mid-afternoon.
Dad has probably attempted to heal the gold a little bit, getting a sense that the gold might actually be like a person instead of just a pumpkin.
Is the god missing a finger?
You don't know.
Well, we're about to have a revelation when Rivandra walks in with a gold and tells Gad that she's missing someone. So, when Gad puts the finger in the gold's mouth,
Oh.
that'll.
Well, now that you're actually taking a moment to look at the
Gold.
gourd in the faces, all the faces seem to be very very sad. They're carved in such a way that you can't see inside the gourd, right? So it's kind of like the eyes and mouth are kind of they've got some depth to them, but they're black beyond, and they're carved into this sad little shape and things like that.
Do they? Obviously, I haven't seen any of the gourds yet because the rest of the crew haven't made it back to the ship. Do the gourds look like they've got like generic carved faces, or do they look like they would be unique?
You don't know. You haven't seen other gourds.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Worth asking. I'll ask again in a second, don't worry. It's probably put his physicos background to good use. Make sure the gourd is not screaming and bleeding now. But
Taping bits back together.
probably just continuing to do light maintenance work inside the ship until everybody else arrives. And
Right.
then they'll sit down for a spot of lunch.
So about 15 minutes later, Riviandra and Butek, along with their new happy "I will bite your finger off and other things" friend, arrive to the Swift.
Nibbler.
The Nibbler.
Just don't get him wet or feed him after midnight and we'll be fine.
Well, isn't that just Scottish people anyway?
Yeah, we don't do water in Scotland. It's very dry
No.
country.
Yeah,
we come
never
around
rains.
the corner, and I see this ship for the first time, and I'm just like, name of your god of choice, but you're brave for flying in that thing.
Every day is an adventure with the Swift.
It's better than alternative of flying in space with no ship.
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
He said the same thing about coffee. I like coffee.
It's not as good as tea.
Ravandra,
What
while
is-
they're having this debate, is going to be running
What
into
is
the
tea?
ship.
Okay, take it away, Riviandra.
Okay. Ravandra runs in. Gad! Gad! Oh, Gad! Holding the pumpkin under one arm and the finger in the other hand.
Gerd probably turns around, holding a frying pan in the middle of making some lunch. What? Why do you have a finger?
Gad, it's my kaga! My kaga has gone missing!
He pats the hand holding the finger to one side. You're holding a gold.
Yes, I found it when looking for my kaga.
You found Kaga.
No! It's a pumpkin!
Are you familiar with an annual festive tradition
Am I familiar with it?
that turns people into pumpkin?
You'd actually have to make a lore fable.
I have lore folktales.
Fork tales.
Yeah. Fork tales.
Fork tales.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a heroic luck on that one. because that was rough, and I would like to actually know what's going on.
Just roll that.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. That was a fail as well. I have no clue.
I rolled good.
I rolled a 91 and then a 75. So.
You've heard various tales. You're not really sure that one actually applies to pumpkins, but you've heard tales of an entity that an entity or more than one entity has been known to switch out bodies with various items. Sometimes they're taken by fairy folk and the dark courts. In other cases, they are trading items for the bodies that they will use later for their souls.
I don't think they've been turned into a pumpkin. I think they've been replaced with a pumpkin.
This one bled when I squeezed it.
Why were you squeezing it?
Because something intruded on my ship. Speaking of, who are you, little one?
I look to Samus Cat and go, he's talking to you. I'm Tinny. I see you've got a pan in your hand and you've got a pumpkin. I slip my hand in my tunic and I bring out a bag of a body of rice and go, are we having risotto?
I probably shouldn't cook this particular pumpkin, but if you give me that rice, I can make something up. I assume
like
need
you.
to make a check if I want to cook. I love making herbalism checks to cook. I love it.
Roll for risotto.
Oh, it's funny you should say that. I've got a pretty high risotto stat.
Nothing's high enough for that.
Don't look at that, you should re-roll it.
You are not spending heroic luck to make a risotto.
I am spending a heroic luck. I've got a herbalism of 88.
And in herbalism, you can actually have the ability to cook. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but they rolled a 93 and now they're spending a heroic luck
I'm spending-
to make sure they can cook a risotto.
The percent chance of me failing with how high my herbalism is, I'm taking my chances. There we go, that's better. That's 2 successes. So it's a mediocre at best.
Oh, the book's coming out.
There's a page in the book for risotto.
Under herbalism, there is
yeah, it's actually, so when you go to make the risotto, you actually it's not modern at best. It's actually pretty bad. The rice is not cooked completely through. It's still got a slight crunch. The actual binding agent, which can be cream or water, what have you, is a little thicker than it should be. And as long as it wasn't bad, let's see here. Oh, wait.
I'm so annoyed that I didn't roll better. I've got such a high herbalism.
Yeah, it does. It smells pretty good, but who's going to eat it?
Put
Oh,
that
some.
all in there as tribute.
We're not rich.
Right.
I'd like to think, based on my herbalism and the fact that we've been traveling together for a year, you guys would know Gad's probably a pretty good cook
Yeah.
most
Well,
of the time.
that's why I've given you an extra heroic look, because it's worth it.
Oh, thank you.
And I have the
I'll make
channel
sure I
points
use
to
it.
burn.
I will use it exclusively on my next cooking check. Make sure everybody's well fed.
Roll for Risotto is the next big TikTok channel.
I don't know. Did you see the cooking thing I sent around earlier?
I didn't. I haven't looked at TikTok all day because of travel sickness.
Right.
I've been on trains all day. We're at my parents' house.
That'll be a new TikTok. TikTok made me vomit.
Suing TikTok for the travel
So
sickness.
you guys are eating like a early dinner. Is that what I'm picking up,
It's like
or a late
it's
lunch?
Like it's lunch. It's like
Lunch.
a late lunch. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the last risotto.
Although if you're a British one, then it's then lunch is dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an early tea.
Everything's lunch unless it's tea.
It's dark outside, so it's just a meal.
Whilst we're eating, Ravandra's gonna look a lot closer at the gourd she found to see specific, because you said it is carved, didn't you?
Well, so it's carved. So when you set it down, you kind of look at both of them, and they each have a very unique carving to them. Give me a wits check, Ravandria.
Okay. That is 2 successes.
Staring at the gourd, you put your gourd down, you're looking at the other gourd. They've got different expressions, and you can almost is that Ihaga's face?
Is that Ihaga's face?
That's what you're kind of wondering when you look at your at the gourd that you picked up.
Oh my god, I think you might be right, Gad. I think they are turning people into pumpkins.
Usually.
Do the gourds have because are they like traditional jack-o'-lanterns where they've carved a little lid on the top?
They're not like traditional jack-o'-lanterns. In fact, when you actually start to examine it, there is no opening inside the gourd outside of the carvings to make the face, right? But when you look at it, there is no. You kind of stick your finger like in the eye socket to see how far deep it goes. So far back, and then you actually hit some sort of soft. Well, I wouldn't say soft, more like a malleable surface. And when you do that, you hear this kind of like moaning, and it's not like a good kind of moaning.
Remove the finger! Remove the finger!
Oh, that's a good job, Robin's not here.
Also, stick a. I guess it's a claw, isn't it, instead of a finger?
No, to be for you, it would be a twig.
I want to also test the inside of the gourd.
Before you put your hand in, Ravandra will place her hand on top of Gad's and just say, "You should probably get its consent first."
I just want to find out if it's like gourd meat or something else.
I think it's something else.
Are you sure it's not gourd meat?
Did it feel like gourd meat?
Did it feel like the
Insides of a pumpkin?
soft insides of a pumpkin?
Well, the
Or
thing
did it feel
is
like a different kind of soft insides?
it definitely felt like a different kind of.
Yeah.
It was definitely malleable, right? But it wasn't like the slimy insides of a normal pumpkin or gourd that you guys may have seen or had at one time. It didn't like when you pushed it. It would be like pushing up against a water balloon.
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
And can you give us an idea of what the moan actually sounded like?
Can you recreate it to really
No, I
immerse
can't.
into the story?
No,
You're proper cheese and everything. What about you? Did you go?
I know when to stop with this crew. I know when to stop. No, I cannot.
Okay.
I feel
Despite
we
the-
could have more immersion.
Could you? All right.
Could you? Okay, cool.
I promise you, it is not the insides of a freshly grown gourd.
Okay. Never mind then.
You look at Gad's gourd; it's got cracks in it from where he was trying to start to squish it and crack it and break it, and it still oozes with a little bit of blood from these various cracks.
Does it look like anyone we might know?
Everybody make wits checks.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go.
Right, so I'm just double checking. So I rolled a 54 and my wits is 65. So is that 1?
No, that's 3.
That's 3.
You've got a what's your skill?
The wits skill is 65.
Right,
and
and you
I
rolled
a 54.
Oh, 54. I thought you said 34.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be 1.
I got 5 successes.
4 successes.
I failed.
You failed. Interestingly enough, Butak and Riviandra wasn't. Does that face kind of look like? No, does that face kind of look like the or one of the that old man, the guy who the dock master? Does that face look like the dock master to you?
I think that's the dock master.
Not to tell him far away from me. I'm too tall, him too short. It's difficult. I'm no good with faces.
Maybe if you were rude to the pumpkin, if you got the same feeling, maybe that would help you.
You want me to swear at pumpkin? Okay.
Did you swear at him?
Not today.
Well, you've all had interactions with the various dock masters, right?
I will
At different
kneel down.
times.
Look straight to the pumpkin, give it a devil stare, and go, bastard pumpkin.
Love
Did it feel like the dock master?
that.
No, he's much smaller and different shape.
Your imagination is endless, Butak.
I don't think I would have given one.
See, so on this, in this, not this dot, in this place we're on, this Gotham City,
In
Is there-
space.
is there like a library or something similar?
Yes, there's a library.
Ravandra will probably say, I think we should do a little bit of research, maybe find some stories about these before we make any of them bleed.
You were suggesting we hit books, yes?
Yes,
Okay.
metaphorically.
I'm already going to get my armor and weapons.
If I can't read it, I'll smash it and it'll give me the answers.
You should see how I punch information into a computer.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Please don't damage any of the books.
I don't think we can afford it. All right, let's hit up the library.
I'm putting the armor on first. I'm taking my not so lethal glaive with me.
Oh, fuck.
The one that shines a deep red
That's
and
the
glistens. That glistens.
Are there,
I do have to ask a mechanic rule out of print. You made the adjustment, correct?
Yes, I have made the adjustment. I'm down to a threat range of 1 to 20 now.
Oh.
are there any kind of city policies about walking around with arms bared?
You mean
Won't
like
start none.
well-
Won't get none.
so? Right. So there's no like official policy, but out of print's very very close to it. Don't start none. There won't be none. The operating city for the law enforcement of the city are a large contingent of Curious Knights, as this is one of their places that they actually, but it's kind of like you have good ones and you have bad ones and you have ones that just don't care. right? So they are aware of that, but for the most part, the ones that are actually on the streets walking are Clockwork Guardians.
Okay. that makes sense.
Mostly because they don't have the manpower to actually put as many people or as many beings on the streets as they need or like. So they use clockworks. And they all look very much like Yandres, which are very hard to distinguish between mortals and clockworks, meaning that they have a fleshy exterior. A la Terminator.
T-1000s.
Yeah, like T-1000s.
How
So-
did you pronounce that word? Sorry, because I heard yanderes and was immediately like, oh, a murder waifu.
No, Yandreas. They are
Yandreas, okay.
Yandreas. They are a type of Arbets, which is a clockwork being.
Cool.
So, when fully armoured, Butak has a helmet which has got slightly sections cut out of it so he can mount it over the horns because it has to be mounted from the back, and then the nasal comes down to protect that part of the face. Full plate armour, and on his belt he's got a crosser holstered on his left hip with a massive hand cannon in there, a battle axe at this hip, and then his red glaive ready for business.
I don't know if you'll need all that for a library.
You said we were hitting books. Anyway,
Metaphorically.
the other benefit is crowds tend to clear out the way, we get there quicker.
Well, and Butek, being a partial owner of the Drunken Monkey, has a reputation of fuck around and find out.
Yes,
God, the drunken monkey. Okay.
he's a good bar. You come for drinks later.
Yeah, if they're on you, your treat.
No,
So,
they're not on
are you
me.
all
I've
going
made syllable
to-
table.
Are you all going to the library?
Dad does like to read.
Well,
Neil?
He's
I'm just going where the group's going. I'm going with the flow.
well, lock and alarm the ship.
having a good time.
Before we hit up the library, can we take a quick bio break? Because I really need to pee.
Yes, we will be right back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just happened to be.
Right, we're officially back from our potty breaks and our eating breaks and gordish things.
Yeah, go
So, you guys are heading to the library. It's situated about mid-level in the Hellgate Void Station. Now, remember, the Hellgate Void Station is about 2,000 feet long. It kind of it's very large at the top, roundish. It's kind of like a stalagmite that kind of just shapes its way down into a something of a point towards the end. It's not a true point, but it just kind of comes to an end as though it was ripped out. And there's a bunch of dust, void dust, and other small little rocks and asteroids floating around the bottom of it. This is about mid-level. And you guys make your way to the library, and it's aptly named the Hellgate Library. Yeah. It's not really busy. It's starting to get towards the evening. Lights are starting to come on throughout the void station, which are powered by thermic batteries and things like that populate and stuff. And each of the different levels have like almost like a different lighting schematic happening. Like the further you go up, the brighter the lights. The lower you go, the dimmer the lights. And they're different colors. Some are purple, some are bluish, some are yellow, some are white. This is about a yellowish, bluish kind of mixture of lights in this mid-level. The library itself is fairly large. It's 5 or 6 stories, a couple 100 feet wide, couple 100 feet deep. And it's not open to the public. As you approach the front doors and stuff, a clockwork guardian steps out and bids you welcome. What is your business?
We are here to learn about gourds.
Gourds.
Ravandra raises the gourd, the one that's not cracked and bloody.
Looks at your gourd, goes, well, all right. No weapons. Looks right at Butak.
I look right back at him and smile.
No weapons
It's
allowed in.
it is walking stick for older man.
You're not Gandalf.
It's his emotional support weapon.
No weapons allowed in.
not helping our case.
It's a bookmark.
It's only a weapon if you use it.
We can keep them for you here at the front, but no weapons allowed in, including that enormous pistol that you have and that battle axe.
What about horns on head?
Would you want
What
to
about the
surrender?
ability to think in a fight? That is a good weapon.
Do you need to just keep Duck here at the front?
I'll wait
You will
here.
not be allowed to enter with your weapons. The others, you're allowed to enter.
You go. I'll wait here. I'll keep weapons company.
Don't cause any trouble.
I like it.
I will
Let's
not start any
split the
trouble.
party. Let's split the party.
Woo!
That ended badly for the last time you guys did that.
Last time we went.
Yes, you murdered us.
You murdered yourselves.
No, you were definitely rolling the dice against us. You were doing the murdering.
It wasn't me doing the rolling. It was actually the machine doing the rolling, so I had nothing to do with it.
You clicked the button that activated the machine to make the roll. Therefore, you are
Jesus Christ.
Simon
Well,
and
dependent
Out of
on-
Print has a harsh thing of not accepting the fact of the fault of his first TPK was his fault.
What's my fault?
But at least tonight we'll know whose fault it is, Simon, when we have a TPK at the end of the session. It will be.
So, we
Well,
will
it's
blame you
big guy
this
because
time.
I'll run. I'll
No, we
survive.
So
We'll
you guys,
come,
the
yeah.
three of you enter as the Clockwork Guardian. He's fairly large. I mean, he's not as big as you are, Butek, but he is a machine and has special abilities. The three of you guys enter, and who's going to do the book leading session?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do we
on.
do we go to the cooking section, or where do we go?
Is there a fables and folklore section?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with probably deities of the omniverse, or creatures of the Fae, or something based on Ravandra's not particularly insightful, but still vaguely helpful.
She's stressed. Her friend is missing.
She's holding her friend. He's a god. Anyway,
What exactly are you looking for? Give me more detail.
I am trying to find any reference to tricksters or annual seasonal spirits.
Okay, I do have a question that I do need to ask. Why are you looking for it and not Riviandra? Do you not have research skills, Riviandra?
Oh. I don't know. What would be considered a research? Oh, no, I don't have
It
research.
would be
No.
research or information gathering, I think.
Do you have either of those?
Do I have info gathering? I have info gathering.
All right, so let's go ahead and these books do exist. There's a whole section of various titles based off of understanding the omniverse, understanding the unknown. We'll call it the cryptid section for all intents and purposes. And then there's a whole bunch of books on plant life in the void and things like that. So both of you go ahead and make information gathering checks and let me know how many successes you get.
2.
That's 6.
So you spend some time looking through these various books, and you come across a couple of folklore books, Riviandra, that deal with undead vegetables and undead entities that are vegetarians.
Vegetarian undead.
VeggieTales.
Vegetarians.
VeggieTales.
VeggieTales? And you, Gad, come across a number of other books that that have to deal with the other dimensions that are connected to the Prime, that deal with whole sections of creatures that replace other creatures. Entities that replace, they steal babies, they steal other beings, either to consume their souls. Dedigitarians. Interesting.
Vegetarians.
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 Vegetarians. Is that
Yeah.
another? Is that a whole nother? Is that a
Necrotarians.
necrotarians? There you go. Is that
Okay, that's
vegetarians? Is that a whole nother level of older people?
I don't know. I was just trying to fit dead into
It's basically
vegetarian.
Society of Liches.
So you come across these tales, and you come across a folklore tale inside one of these tales, Riviandra. And I'm just going to DM it to you so you can decide how you want to parse it out
Amazing.
to.
I'm just wandering amongst the shelves as they're doing this.
Oh, that's exciting. Cool.
And there's this particular section of the story that catches your eye. It's a tale of a boy named Jack. And then there's finally this section towards the end.
Ooh. Ooh. You're really testing my speed reading here. Okay. Ravandra will take this book and slam it down on a table. And say, I think we're dealing with the Pumpkin King.
I was right. It is the Pumpkin.
No, Pumpkin King.
That was out of character.
Okay. It seems that a poor boy went exploring and got caught by this evil entity and became Jack the Pumpkin King. Or Scarecrow Jack.
An evil entity.
Yes, he catches and steals your soul.
Oh,
What does he do with it?
It doesn't say. But this poor Jack, he started the whole thing, it seems. Or at least was a notable victim.
Does it by any chance tell us how to fix your friend?
I'm not seeing anything. Can I flick through more pages, see if there's anything helpful?
On how to restore the restored souls.
Yeah.
There's no indication in the books that you have.
Okay.
is there any indication in any of the books that I found?
Is there a librarian about? Or is there a section on depumpkinification?
How to cure a curse, huh? No,
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
no actual like librarian, right? There are it's an open library with once you get through the guards. There are people that are here, but there's not a lot of people left. A lot of them have left for the day as it starts to get towards the evening. There's maybe one or two individuals. They are one's a human, the other is a Bahul, that seem to know their way around the library pretty well. You've seen them kind of moving about, taking books off one shelf, putting them on another shelf, like they're reorganizing it or organizing it. Information gathering check, Gad, please.
Yeah, I rolled one, got 6 successes.
No, you need another one.
Another one.
Right, because you're asking about specific mention of how to possibly reverse this.
Okay. That is 5 successes.
There are a number of entities that are described that kind of match what Riviandra has indicated. That there is a half demon, if that's a possibility, a half fiend, known as the Pumpkin King, that exists in another dimension, and once per year comes to the Prima Terra, which is your guys' mortal plane. To harvest souls. Once it begins, once it arrives, there's about a week of time before that dimension closes, and once the dimension closes, the souls are forever gone. If you're able to enter the dimension and defeat the Pumpkin King, or at least send it back to its other creation, you can free the souls by taking the boards into that realm and then smashing.
So
Okay.
we find a gateway to its realm. We go into its realm. We smash the gourds. We kick its ass.
As you guys are sitting there discussing this, the three of you are swept up in a very, very cold breeze. Again, leaving frost on you. And as you guys kind of look around, you notice that there are now 4 individuals, or 4 of these entities kind of like grow up out of this mist around you. One of them now, Riviandra, looks, the spectral image looks exactly like, oh my god, I can't think of his name now. Ikaga. The other image appears to be that of a young boy, maybe a girl, you're not really sure. The one of the other images is the Dock Master, Gad, that you now recognize. And this other entity kind of looks, you've never seen this one before, but now there's 4.
And they've just
They
like,
kind
are
of
they-
they kind of like breeze, like you get hit by this powerfully cold wind, and as you look around, the mist and stuff that that this wind creates on you creates this outlines of these images, right?
outlines of images. Okay.
Outlines the images, and then it kind of dissipates, right? And you hear, especially you, Riviandra, because you're telepathy, you hear something that goes something like this. I don't remember falling asleep. Where am I? I was hiding, but I can't find myself. No, it's not me. I'm not dead. I'm not dead. And then it just disappears.
That could have been Jack. I think we should move quickly. Stories always have a final chapter, and I'd like to make it before ours.
Okay. You fancy an adventure, Timmy?
So just to check, go travelling, smash some vegetables, beat up a small boy that looks like a pumpkin man, and escape.
No, when you put it like that, it's incredibly reductive, but yes.
I've known a lot of children that were complete dicks, so that's
You shouldn't
gonna
speak
smash
about
the
yourself like
vegetables.
that, Neil.
We're gonna hit a town. Butak's gonna have a fucking whale of a time.
Shall we?
I've never done that before. It sounds like an adventure. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, I think we're heading out of the library then.
Well, indeed.
Butak, you're kind of like standing there, kind of, I guess you're giving the Clockwork Guardian the eye, like, don't move. What are you doing out there?
I'll play rock, paper, scissors with him if he wants.
Looks strange that you rock, paper, scissors.
I'll show you. Rock smashes everything. Simple.
As you're kind of standing there, you didn't see it before, but now you do. You see 2 more gourds kind of on the steps outside of the library.
God Almighty.
Fuck's sake.
How long have you been holding on to that for?
Till the right opportunity presented itself.
Yeah, you can tell he's been holding on for a while because it smells. It
I've held
stinks.
on to parts that didn't stink that bad.
You could say that your games are a form of punishment.
Yes, and I'm the punished. All right, what do you guys want to do? So there's these new gourds that have
I'll
appeared
pick
outside
these
your.
gourds up. I'll pick the 2 gourds up that I see outside. Make sure they don't look like any of the crew.
They don't look like any of the crew.
Good.
Make an alertness check, please.
That's a roll of 60 with a skill of not 60, 58. No, that's climb. I've got 64 in alertness.
And you rolled a what?
60.
So you're not sure, but you think you hear a couple of screams echoing in the streets behind you.
The sound of people being beaten up. I think I will go investigate. With
As-
cords under this arm. And resting the glaive like that, I will stomp down the streets without even thinking to tell anybody where I'm going.
You make your way down to the down the steps and onto the streets, and the screaming continues up ahead of you. And as you turn the corner, you find this small family of Manics kind of screaming and screeching in horror as they're kind of like gathered around 3 more gourds. And you hear one of them. You hear one of them calling him "Papa, Papa."
I will slowly kneel down. Little Mannix peoples, do not worry. Butak the Hunter will help you. My friends will help you.
How can they? They turn into a gourd pumpkin, or whatever this thing is.
They'll find the way. Be careful with Pumpkin.
It's Papa.
It'll be fine. Trust me.
You guys come out of the library, and Butak is not where he said he was. All of you make alertness checks.
I close my dice roller.
94.
I could roll for you if you like. I've got dice here.
That's fine.
That would be a minus 19.
1 exactly.
What, Neil?
Yes, I rolled a 94 on my 75 alertness.
Well, you didn't fail it. You're not really sure if you're hearing screams or you're still getting used to the sounds of the station, or is that a grinding metal? You got 1 scream. How many successes did you get in that?
3.
3, and you got 1. You hear in the distance the echoing of screaming, and it's more of a wailing than it is a scream for help.
She blows.
Wheelie, wheelie, me, wheelie, wheelie.
Oh, Butak. Revandra will go running towards the wailing.
Make a charisma check. Let's see if you actually find him by luck.
A charisma check. Ooh. 4 successes.
You do realise we have communicators, don't you? Just saying.
Shh. Don't take the fun out of it.
How many successes did you get?
Mom.
4.
You go to press your communicator down, and it works. What do you say?
Butak, you're needed.
You see, my communicator looks like a cloak brooch. It's up here
Okay.
on me. So it just presses it down. I have more pumpkins and some children who are in bad state. Perhaps you could come and give them words of kindness. I don't think I have the right words. I'm in the alley and give them directions direct from the library.
And she'll stop following the instructions, but she'll add if they come from the heart, they are always the right words, Butak.
That actually comes up with a good question. Communicators work on vocal sounds.
Oh, do they not work for
I don't think
Jasser?
they work for you because you don't have a voice. All you have is
It's
telepathy,
telepathy.
right? I mean, is that not how they're?
Simple solution. Tap, 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 tap.
Don't make me Morse code the whole thing.
We've been travelling together for a year. Would we have found maybe not a clever workaround, but a workaround?
I think the workaround would be Revandra tells Gad what to say.
Maybe you need to build some type of device to give her character an artificial voice.
like a text to speech.
Yeah, something like that.
But she
So
must sound
actually,
like
so
Stephen
this
Hawking.
is so. Look, you do have the ability. You have the ability to speak Sarthul, right? Which is a language made up of wispy words and deep, slow, exhaustive vocabulary. It is a tonal language filled with many subtle vowel shades and can be very long-winded. So I would say that during your time with the group, you have actually created a workaround adaptation that has finally, it's kind of like dragon speak. It's finally gotten used to your speaking and takes your long-winded descriptions of things and shortens them down to one word very quickly and sends it out. So you can communicate you can communicate telepathically to anyone within 30 feet, 15-foot radius around you. But this when you speak, when you vocalize, it's very wispy, very light, and very long-winded. Hi, Selkie. And this device actually basically allows you to speak normally. Let's just say it that way. And it would be
Sure.
something that Gad created for you.
Sure.
Kind of like using a combination of technology and having someone cast thaumic storage inside this device, understand languages.
Cool.
So I do have understand languages.
Oh, it sounds like a speaking spell when you
Yes.
hear it at the other end.
Probably somebody you hired for the day.
Remember, if you say the right words from your heart, it is always the right words.
Johnny Five is alive.
I'm glad that we went with this because Gad would have just flat out refused to say that choose a yes and lied to Bootak.
I
Teddy would
have a
have said
feeling
that.
you would.
Teddy would say it because he's always in the. If you say the right words, they're always. If it's from the heart, they're always right. But he did like Mel Gibson.
I like the idea that
Bring
like
it on!
I like the idea that she tells Tinny and then Tinny tries to repeat it but kind of butchers it a little bit every time.
If it comes from your heart, it'll always be the right words. Freedom.
It slowly turns into if it comes from your heart, that is in fact from your heart.
It means you're not talking out your arse.
Lost in
But yeah.
translation, the roleplay game.
She will. She's assuming that Gad and Tinny's following her, but she probably won't check. She'll just follow instructions to find Bootak.
I looked at Gad.
Not to miss. So
Yeah.
I just look at Gad and go, I guess we're going that way then.
yeah, I guess we are.
So you guys take a few minutes and you find Bootak kind of doing his best to console Mannix, this small family of Mannix that are standing in front of 3 additional gourds. And it's not going well.
Question: are the gourd sizes in proportion to what race the person was?
No,
So they're not teeny tiny gourds for little Mannixes.
no.
You get them in
That
Norris,
also-
like that size.
I actually
That's
thought
also
about it,
great.
right? So you get those little tiny pumpkins that are about that big, right? Actually, you know what? We'll go with that. We'll do that
Hell
because
yeah.
that was my first gut instinct. So we'll go with that.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
So there's
I like
these
that.
little tiny gourd pumpkins that are tiny and small. But they've still got their faces cut out and things like that.
Ravandra will kneel in front of the little Mannixes and say, "You must be brave and hold your gourd tight. But for we will return and we will make things right. But remember, don't put your finger in its eye."
We will actually.
And
be
don't
looking
squeeze them
forward
too
to the
tight. Your hands are
discussion
messy.
In the ghost dimension, I don't want to. Sorry, I don't want to ruin the magical moment that you've got going on here, but we do actually need to take the gold to free your.
Yeah, we need to go and smash your daddy in a different dimension to get him back. You have some candy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. dear. Oh. Wow.
See, Cat's not a talker, right? Cat's a thinker.
Smash or cat.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you 2 heroic luck for that because that was just fucking funny as hell.
But then he goes, but it'll be fine, and does like a weird, if you imagine like a weasel smiling. Just how terrifying that was.
Jesus. Okay, she gently takes the pumpkins from them and she says, hold the pumpkin metaphorically close to your heart.
Okay, we do need to take it. Cat takes the pumpkin.
Yes.
Pick up the 2 that I've got.
Oh, Cat hands the pumpkin to Butak.
Oh, I don't know if I want to give the pumpkins to Butak. I don't know if I want to give
Go here.
tiny pumpkin to Butak.
He's a big, strong pumpkin boy. He'll be fine.
Can Butak juggle?
Now is not the time to find out.
I would safely assume not. However, I'm always willing to try something new.
So you take these gourds and stuff. What are you guys doing next?
How do we get to this other plane?
I want to take a gamble. There are a couple of things I might be able to do. Try and figure it out. First of which, could I cast Find the Path to track Scarecrow Jack the Pumpkin King? Sorry, my throat's still bad. I don't
Yes.
know if that'll work. Oh, I can. Absolutely buzzing. Nice. I mean, I think I failed, but nice.
They rolled a 69.
Yeah, my
The best
Scarecrow
number.
is only 55. I might spend a
God damn it.
to roll that. This seems pretty clutch. Being able to find the part. Oh, that's a 47. That's a success. I'll spend. What was that? 9? 9 fatigue. It should be. I made a note of it. Yeah, it's 3 fatigue per rack. So
Yeah.
I'll spend.
When you do that, it's normally a blue line that kind of like pops up and only you can see it and it takes off in a direction. This one pops up in a crumbling purplish black line that instantly begins to move down some alleys, and you start to follow. You're going to follow it, I take it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't-
You begin to follow it very quickly. Are you all going with
Yep.
Gad?
Yeah.
So Gad has indicated that
yeah.
he's casting this spell to try to trace where this thing is going. And so it lasts for an hour. It takes you about 30 minutes, but you make your way all the way down to a level below the hangars, where the Thaumic battery engines exist to power the Hellgate void station. You guys make your way down in there, and then it kind of runs into this wall and then stops. And
Did
about
we
that
go
moment,
past-
it kind of just begins to disappear. What?
Did we go past our ship on the way back down?
Well, you'll go past the hangars, yes.
I'd like to swing past my ship and grab my my energy rifle.
All right.
I don't know if I can shoot a ghost, but my god, am I going to try?
Yeah, that doesn't work out very. This is very reminiscent, isn't it?
Yes, my other character may have done something
Similar,
with a banshee.
and it didn't work out well.
Oh no.
Yeah, it
Well,
didn't work out well.
Maybe Gad's just built different.
Maybe. So it takes you about a half hour, even after you make your stop. The line itself, it's crumbling. It hits this wall, and you can see the line kind of like disperse into like a spiderweb crack inside the wall, and then it pulses for a second and then disappears.
Okay, my next gambit. What if I cast Open Portal on the wall? Usually it's for like magically locked doors, but it's worth a try, right? I don't know if it'll work, but allows the caster to be able to open closed, locked, or magically closed locked doors. So I guess it's not really a door if it's a portal, but
When is a door not a door? When it's a
When it's a
jar.
It's a jar.
Scottish dad jokes.
Just like normal dad jokes, but with an accent. You want me to open wall?
Go for it, Tiny.
You can do anything you put your mind to.
If you believe it with your heart, it will come true for you.
Just Bojack isn't completely stupid. He's also not the
I
brightest
look up at my
person.
tree
but,
pen. I
Um,
go, I'm getting the hang of
is
this.
this, Levi?
Mhm.
Is this the outside wall of the station?
Are you asking if it's the hull?
Yes.
Yes.
That's usually what the outside wall is.
Yes.
So if I knock a hole in this wall, I basically
You're
The
all
window
gonna go
changes off.
thump, 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 out to the
No, we'll
void.
stand behind you so that you block the hole.
Nat, check your DMs.
yeah, I'm just double checking now.
it's sending you love messages again.
Honestly.
I'll never tell.
Oh, chicka bow wow.
To answer your question, no, I don't. It's rank 5.
Oh, that's right. It's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So yeah, it's one
Yeah.
one above you.
I have create demi plane, pseudo plane, but I don't think that'll do it. I don't think. I
Wait, you have the
anything else
ability to
that
create
does it.
pseudoplane?
Yeah, I've got create pseudo plane. But I think that's something completely different.
I have open sesame. It worked for Aladdin.
Here's what
So
I'll
it was-
here's what I'll let you do. See here, it's a full action. And here's what I'll let you do. You will have to use your ability to create pseudoplane with the casting of open portal.
Okay.
If you are successful with the casting of the open portal, you must make a willpower check TS4. If you've cast those two combined, you can open this door. So you have to be successful in your casting, and then you have to make your willpower check.
Okay. Right. That's 14.
For the casting.
Yeah, that's 4 successes on the cast.
Okay.
Puts me on 97 fatigue. Willpower check.
And then a willpower check TS of 6.
Can I reroll the willpower check?
Wait, hold on. I think it's a willpower check TS4. I apologize.
Either way, I have failed it, so I'm going to.
You can spend a heroic luck to do it.
It's this, and we let Butak give it a crack, and somehow I don't think that's better.
What are you saying about Butak's crack?
Oh, you know. Oh, that's 4 successes. My health check.
It takes about a minute and a half of you seeing Gad kind of put his hand against the wall. He begins to chant a spell, and then suddenly you see this aura kind of glow up around him. It's this purplish greenish ichor glow, and suddenly the door in front of you, the wall in front of you disappears, and all four of you are sucked thump, 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 into this other dimension.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
When you guys kind of, after you wake, kind of like get used to the eye, your eyes adjust, you find yourselves in this massive field of pumpkins.
Oh, I don't think this.
And
is
when you
good.
look down at the pumpkins, you see faces in each and every single one of them.
We smash now?
Out of curiosity, if we look around, can we see a house anywhere in the distance?
A house?
A house.
There is one in the distance. In
one in the
fact, there's a whole, looks like a farm in the distance. It's got a
Amazing.
house, it's got a farm, it looks like a barn and a silo kind of sitting off in the distance.
Is it sort of like a little house on a prairie?
Oh my God.
Ravandra points to the house, to the farm area, and says, Jack got lost and wasn't able to make it home. Perhaps we can guide his way.
Right. Okay, let's go.
Jack! Ravandra's just going to start wandering
You
through the pumpkin
spooky
fields
wee
yelling it.
As
spooky bitch.
we're wandering through the field of pumpkins, do we see any pumpkins that look? Are they carved or are they uncarved pumpkins?
They're
You said
all
they were
carved.
Yeah. Do any of them resemble the whole mess of pumpkins that we're holding?
Say again?
Do any of them resemble any of the pumpkins that we have brought in with us? Did we misunderstand? Did we have to find the pumpkins?
Are you confusing the matter?
Oh, like the matching pumpkins, we've got to find the
Yeah.
corresponding
Yeah.
pumpkin and smash it in this dimension, and then our little pumpkins will
Did
pop
we-
back.
Did we have to tell that poor Mannix kid that we were going to go smash its dad?
Well, we didn't have to actually.
We didn't have to, but it was fun.
You know, whilst we're
No,
here,
we had to make sure that the poor lad understood the gravity of the situation.
yeah, you've just lost your parents and now he's going to get smashed.
Typical Scottish family. Your dad's away get smashed, you'll never see him again.
Oh.
See, the thing is now, I'm thinking of the old smashed potato adverts with the robots.
For mesh, that'll be the Guardians. Sorry, that's what all
Yeah.
the Guardians look
That's what the
like.
Clockwork Guardians are, yeah.
Yeah, and Levi's got no reference to that.
Oh, and that's where they bring them out of their depots every morning instead of a fanfare. Just gonna for mesh get smashed.
Okay, Ravandra's wandering around yelling for Jack.
Jack, don't leave me, Jack.
Jack, come back!
Oh, you are the wooden door.
Oh my god. Who's Rose in that scenario?
Me.
If
be
Ravandra's
like
the
one
wooden
of
door,
your
there was
French
definitely not
dogs.
space for both of them.
That exactly makes perfect casting.
So you're looking around and stuff like that. There are thousands of pumpkins as you guys make your way through this. You're calling out to Jack, and stuff. And in front of you, as you're kind of making your way through this, it starts to get a little darker and a little darker as you move closer and closer to this house, to the point where it's a deep twilight. And who's kind of like in the lead?
Probably Ravandra.
Ravandra.
She's the one that started.
As you're
calling and
kind
moving.
of moving around and calling out Jack's name, you see these two deep let's see, hold on. you see a pair of glowing red eyes kind of floating about 20 paces in front of you, and it says, "Welcome to my realm. You can't run. Your souls will be mine."
We are not here to run, we are here to help.
So you give your souls freely.
Oh no, my soul would like to stay in his body.
You want our souls?
I
I
don't
don't
think we're a
think he's
right bunch
after
of
our
assholes.
As you guys
Our souls.
see, you guys don't know this, but there is a particular person who's watching this right now. They're Selkie. They're actually in the Friday night Team Chaos game, and she's here. And all I can say is that's Team Chaos 1, and you guys are now becoming Team Chaos 2. Here's
She's sitting there
the
thinking,
path,
"Don't
and you're like,
worry,
no,
I'm
we're gonna go
game."
that direction. All right, got you.
Levi, don't worry. We'll supplant them. We'll be number one before long.
You
Oh,
know,
I don't know. They're pretty
Players.
chaotic.
Assholes.
Everybody make alertness checks.
Yeah, go on then.
Because I'm good at that. Ooh.
Ooh, 0
nice.
7.
I was idly rolling the dice roller before this, and I rolled 2 10s in a row, so I'm glad I didn't roll another one.
5.
17,
How many successes?
27, 37, 40.
3.
2 successes.
5.
Oh, look, I'm like your little friend. I've lost one of my fingers.
Oh
A pumpkin! Oh, give the games master ideas, Neil.
no.
Yeah, leave him stumped. Oh, I see. You get it. You get your fella to feed you now.
She is the pumpkin head in this situation.
The eyes begin to fade away, and as they do, you begin to see some of these pumpkins begin to rise up out of the ground. They're about 4.5 feet tall. They've got their heads are carved, and out of their eyes and mouth are these bright orange lights. Their bodies are made out of these vines, these tightly bound vines and stuff like that, and things like that. And they are going to attack you and try to devour your souls. So let's see here. We've got a troll. Hold on, I gotta get my icons up. Ooh, I don't even have the combat map set. No, we're not watching that. So we're gonna kind of do this kind of freeform narrative style. We'll be using distances of short, medium, and long. These guys are about medium distance from you, which is about 10 to 15 feet. They're standing about 3 feet. You're surrounded by about 10 of them. They're only about 4 feet tall. They've got these maniacal looks on their faces. Obviously, the pumpkins are kind of oozing this kind of ichor, and their bodies are made out of these vines. And you guys are kind of situated almost, I would say, almost like in a semicircle, right? Kind of like with Revandria in the front, Neil kind of off, and Neil and Gad kind of towards the center and back, and then out of print kind of off to the right side of Revandra. Is that fair to say?
Okay.
All right. And there's about a half of these. You're surrounded by about 10 of them, and it's they're not like all clumped in one area. There's about 2 together, maybe 3, another 2, and they kind of come up out of the ground. So Neil, I'm going to need your initiative.
All right, where's that again? Sorry.
So what you'll do is you'll roll a d10, and at the very top of your character sheet is your initiative score. Roll a d10 and add that to it.
Oh. 24.
All right. So I have the following initiatives for you guys. Nat, I have a 17. Simon, a 12.
Can I re-roll mine?
M, an 8. Yeah, you can all re-roll. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a 9. So that puts me at 19.
Yeah, I'll also reroll.
I'm gonna reroll as well.
I mean, mine's good, but if everyone's re-rolling, then when in Rome, right?
And you never know. You could always get a 10.
No one's
I
get a
don't think
10.
it's not.
I got a 5.
Yeehaw! That's a 9. Cool. Excellent. Well, my initiative is 22.
Mine is now worse than it was before. Yay!
Well,
All right, so Nat, what's yours?
shit.
22.
Nice. Simon?
19.
Nice. And M.
6.
He went down.
Yeah.
No, it's what you get for being old and slow.
Well, I'm sure you know more about that than she would.
I'm just holding a mirror up to the GM. That's all my character is.
Hey, look at my face. Look at out of Prince. Who's older?
Yeah, but who laughed at me?
I always
To be
laugh.
fair,
At you.
you have aged a lot in the last 2 hours.
Guys, give me 1 second. We have to take a break real quick. All right, so during the break, I was able to actually get a combat map kind of put together. So we'll just be using some regular tokens. Let's see, we have a troll token. We have that token. I do not have a tree token yet.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry.
Least favorite player over here.
Yeah, but I will have an artist render Ravindra and have them, and that will become the art for the actual species.
Speak to the knights who say nay. I think they've got a shrubbery.
And I do not have a Skajoldi either. So what I will do is this. You will be the leaf, and the Skajoldi will be the shield.
I am a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar.
Greatest show ever.
Nat hasn't seen the film yet.
How
It's Firefly.
Oh,
do reavers How do reavers keep their spears clean? They put it through the wash.
Oh,
Why was that?
oh, that's just horrible, mean, and I'm taking 5 heroic luck.
I'm just gonna say again, Nat hasn't seen the film yet, so we're gonna keep spoilers to a minimum.
Well, there's the
Because I am
film, and then
slightly
there's
off.
the show.
We're halfway through the show, and I'm gonna make them
Okay.
watch all the show, and then we're gonna watch the film.
Okay.
When did you
Are you
start?
doing it the way it was televised and watching all the episodes out of order?
No, we're doing it the way that they wanted the episodes released.
When did you start watching it?
A little while ago, we've had to take a break. We started watching it, but right before we started playing with the new party.
Right. Because just saying that it's not exactly a lot of episodes.
It's not. We took
It's
breaks
not
to watch other
but
stuff.
an hour at a time for a genre that I don't always have energy for.
Yeah.
I will say, the episodes I have seen, I have complained about the weird disparity of themes that they've been going for.
Joss Whedon.
I appreciate it for what it is, but Joss Whedon can't decide if he wants them to be pirates or cowboys. And they kind of come across as neither because of it.
Interesting.
Like it's
You just wanted it to be Confederates.
it's a space western.
Well, that's what it was, and he wrote it for that. He knew that's what he was writing.
But then he has them be pirates more than they're cowboys.
Yeah, but then he has them not really behave like cowboys or western vigilantes or anything.
Yeah.
Like the setting is a space western, the characters aren't so much.
Well, no, the characters they're definitely pirates,
Yeah.
but the setting is a space western.
There's a thematic disparity.
Deep
You could have
Space Nine was a
raised it.
better space western.
All right, so here's the table that we have set up for you guys. Each of the little smiling jacks, as you now know them, and it's called, are surrounding you. Neil, it is your turn. You have 5 actions. You have a full, a move, a simple, and 2 basics. What do you want to do?
We've got the wee guys here. Is Jack about, or is he at all, or is it just the wee ones we've got to look face?
Say again.
Is Jack about, or is it just the wee ones that we're facing just now?
It's just the small ones.
Oh, okay.
I have so
okay.
got to get used to a Scottish accent. I'm so used to a British accent. Hearing Scottish throws me off for just a second. I'm like, we? He's using we. Like in we as in small or we as in us.
Yeah, the wee beasties.
The beasties.
Yeah, we beasties.
No,
Right,
Jack is not here.
Okay, then. Which one's the most kind of... what was the thing for distances? It was... that one, I think.
Well, actually, what we're going to do is here. These are each 5 feet.
Alrighty. I'm thinking just the wee one that's on its own. So, the little one that's sitting by itself. Over here. Oh, I've done something, that's not right. Pip pip tie here. I kind of see the wee one that's sitting on its own down at the bottom, kind of left, or of the
Yep.
kind of.
That
That's the one. Thank you.
one. If you use your alternate, if you use the right mouse button, you can
Yeah,
use it as a laser
if you-
pointer.
If you left click it, you can always put a little ring around the one you're talking about as well.
Ooh. Totally. But that's the one I'm going for. In fact, I don't even need to. I'm going to go over to it and I'm going to attack it. I've moved.
All right, what are you attacking it with?
I'm going to attack it with my daggers of Kanara.
Oh, nice.
And so my skill total on that one is 78, so I roll below that. Yep.
Yep, just roll a d100 and roll as low as you can. Just like other skill checks.
And I'm going to guess that as I've got a 78 and 86 won't hit. Oh, can I do my heroic luck to reroll that?
Yes, and you actually have the ability to call upon your spirit guides.
Oh,
Is that not true? That allows you to make one reroll free without spending a heroic luck.
I remember something about spirit guides. Yes, but I can't see it. Spirit guide. Blah, 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 blah.
Now you got the spirit guide, right? Yeah, once per day you may reroll any failed check without the use of heroic luck.
Okay, I'm going to go with that then.
Okay.
43. So 43, 78. So 53, 63, 73. So that would be three hits
Nope, 3 successes.
plus the base damage.
Well, it gets. Wait, hold on. I get a physical
Go ahead,
defense
go
against
ahead.
that.
Okay.
You got 3 successes. I have exactly
Yeah.
2 successes. So one of your successes will get through. So whatever
Okay.
so you have 1 times your base damage plus any modifiers.
So just got my base damage here is 7.
So that's 7 points of damage plus any modifiers, which would be from probably either strength or dexterity.
Oh, sorry, I'm not seeing that.
So it'd probably be your strength. What's your strength modifier?
My strength is 1.
So you do 8 points of damage to this
Yeah,
thing.
what is that? Yeah.
Because they are magical, you easily slice through it, and it takes all 8 points of damage.
Awesome.
So there are 10 of these guys. Let me mark this guy in purple. We'll mark him in blue. Mark this guy in orange. Mark this guy in red, and then yellow, and then purple, and then green, and then pink, then blue, and this guy will be orange and blue, and this guy will be red and yellow. Right?
Right. But then I could. So that was an action. So, but then my that was like a little action.
So the way this works is you have the ability to attack multiple times. You can attack as many times as you like. If you have improved multiple attack, the penalties are reduced. I don't think you did, so your next one is going to be at a -10. You want to attack again.
I'm going to attack again, so that would be 68. So.
And you rolled, and that would be a failure, wouldn't it?
No, sorry, I was taking that as my skill total goes down to 60, but I got 55, so that would be 1 success.
And this is at a -10, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right, so that's 1 success. It gets its physical defense against you. Yep, easily does it.
Okay. I'm going to attack it one more time.
Okay.
I'm going to use a hero point to reroll. I'm going to use another hero point. Can I use another hero point?
No, once you've done, what
just
did you roll?
Okay. That one, it was 83.
Yeah, so you on your last attack you miss. You can attempt again, but this one's going to be at a -40.
20.
So first one is 0, then -10, then -20, then -30, and then -40. So this would actually be -30. Your skill score.
I'm going to go for it. And that's a 78, and that totally misses, so I'm just going to leave that now.
That misses. So you've done your move, and you're full with your attacks. So you are essentially done. The smiling jacks get to go. This guy reaches out with 2 vines to try to strangle you with, Neil.
Of course it does.
It's got 4 successes. So now you'll
Four
roll
success.
now you'll roll against your physical defense, unless you have any other abilities that allow you to use something else, like martial arts. You can use your martial arts score as your physical defense. You could use brawling as your physical defense if you have brawling. Otherwise, it's a straight up physical defense.
Let's see. Wrong. None of them really. No, nothing really kind of does anything.
All right, so go ahead and roll your physical defense. TS of 4.
That would be a 97.
So that would be a critical fumble. If you do
Yeah.
not decide to re-roll that, you're going to give me an additional 3 successes because my attack was so awesome and you fucked it up so brilliantly that I get more damage against you. If you make a heroic, you can decide to spend 2 heroic elect to ignore that. Then your turn is that you can do that, but you can do no other actions for the rest of the turn, and I only get 4 successes against you.
Let's use 2 of these then. Ooh, 33.
Well, no. So you don't spend a heroic. Yeah. So you.
Oh, so what does it? Sorry, what does it?
So wait, did you just re-roll this?
Sorry, I thought it was that if I used my 2, I re-rolled it. Sorry, I miss.
Well, so you can spend a heroic. Well, so because you critically failed, you don't get a re-roll. You can ignore it or take it. Right. So, give me a second. Let me read the exact rule. That way you have a better understanding.
Sorry.
No worries. Teaching you the system. That's what matters.
Remember, listen when Papa teaches.
All right.
That was very
A
creepy.
character may on 1 spent. So it'd actually be 3. Once per turn, you can ignore a fumble or avoid a malfunction of a weapon. When voiding. Yeah, so you cannot re-roll a fumble of 96 through 100 on spending 1 heroic luck. On 3, you can ignore a fumble, but your turn is done for that turn.
Okay, so I would use 3 heroics, and
Right.
then that would ignore it.
Right. But
Right.
your entire next turn is forfeit, right? So you can either take it or spend 3 heroic luck to ignore the fumble. But if you do,
I'm
your
stuck
next
there.
action, you're so busy avoiding my attacks or trying to avoid the fumble that you're not able to react.
I'll take it. I will take the hit.
All right, so 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 7 additional damage. No, 6. Sorry, plus 6. So what did I say? 28. 34 plus 5 cold damage. So if you have armor, do you have armor?
Oh, I do. I've got a thing that gives me resistance to cold. My indirect energy. But no, quite declare. No, not well. Oh, there was something with cold. Oh, so. Here we go. Endow resistance. As a simple action, you can use your endow to protect you from damage caused by energy, sonic, fire, cold, or electrical sources. This protects lasts 1 turn per willpower modifier. So I gain 5 points of damage reduction against the chosen source for every 25 points of Jinhu discipline you have. And it's a 20%. So my Jinhu discipline is. It's 55, so that would be 2. So that would be 10 points. How did you see it by?
So you're using what exactly?
This is oh no, sorry, I forgot to activate that at the start. So yeah, no, I've got nothing that defends against that.
right. So do you have? Are you using Indara techniques or Indara?
It was Indara Energy. Indara Energy. No,
And you were trying to use what? Negation
It was the.
or the energy field?
I literally just said it and it keeps disappearing. I'm going to read it again. Indara Resistance is a simple app, but I didn't declare it on my thing, so you've got to do it as an action to declare what you're defending against. So
Right. So on this one, you won't.
I
You
didn't
won't
do
ignore-
that.
Now, do you have any other armor on? That's resisting the cold, but do you have any other armor on?
I do not.
All right. So you're going to take 28, 34. You're going to take 39 points of damage.
Which takes me down to 16,
Okay.
Which
Which is your
takes
what is
me-
your total health?
55. So my first one is 28, and then my second one is, I'm reading this right, 14. So I'm below 28.
Right. So you're at half. So that means any actions that
below
you
half.
take, any actions that you take now suffer a -3 successes to every action. Now, I also need you to make an agility check, TS of 4.
Agility change. Oh, bugger right off. 99.
Do you want to re-roll that one and
I'd
ignore
like
it?
to re-roll that one.
Okay, so that one, you can, but it's a fumble. So you'd have to spend 3 heroic luck
The
to
whole
ignore
thing.
it or take whatever happens.
I can't really afford to take anything, so I'm going to just have to re-roll it. And then just stand there for my next
You
round.
can't re-roll.
You can't re-roll a fumble. All you can do
Oh
is
no,
ignore
sorry, 3
it.
points. I'm
It's
in my
three
head
to
now.
negate it.
Ignoring it, I'm ignoring it then. I'm
Yeah,
using
so
my
it's
3
3.
to ignore it.
The vines of this guy begin to wrap around your body. It looks like it's going to attempt to entangle you and hold you.
It wants to hug.
It wants a big hug. And that's the end of that guy's turn. These two guys, Butak, come running at you. These guys are coming at you, branch manager. And this guy, these guys are coming towards you, Nat.
Okay.
This guy's kind of lingering back, and these guys are trying to swarm you is what they're trying to do. All right, so Butak, you've got 2 guys on you. They get 2 attacks, so a total of 4 attacks. First attack, they're trying to hit you with these vines. Misses.
Okay.
Second one, that's a crit. Do you want to ignore? Do you want to spend heroic luck to ignore that, or do you want to take it?
I will parry it.
Huh?
I'll parry. Defend.
All right. So that's 7, 13 successes on that attack.
Okay, and I've got a skill of 107. And that's an 18 on the dice, so that's a crit. Oh, the crits not count on defense.
They do not count on defense.
That's
Well, no,
18.
actually they do, but I know where you're trying to. I know what you're saying. So yeah, I'll let you go ahead and do that. I know what you're saying. Yes, go ahead. It counts.
Okay.
I know where you were pulling that from.
So 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 7. Right. So that's 8 successes so far, plus a D10. That's a 7. So
15.
14 successes.
Yeah. So this thing, it's lashing at you with these vines. It misses. The second guy attacks. First attack has got just 2 successes.
47 on the dice. That's going to be at least 6, 7 successes.
You're using your parry ability?
Yeah.
All right. Fourth and last attack. Misses completely. All right. Branch manager, you've got 2 on you. They're going to attempt to attack you. It's still I've still got a lot of guys to go through. So the first guy attacks. He's got 4 successes.
4 successes, I can roll my physical defense, right?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Plus any and if you have any special abilities too, remember that.
That's an ought to.
Nice. What's your physical defense?
It's 46.
So that's 4
not
successes right there,
concentrate.
right off the bat. Don't forget
Yeah.
to give yourself heroic luck there, Nat. I mean, Nat M.
Okay. Cool, so that one misses.
Second attack. Ought 1 critical. 13 successes.
13 successes. Alright, well, I mean, I rolled a 100.
You rolled
So-
it. So you have to. You either are going to give me an additional 3 successes, or you have to spend 3 heroic luck to ignore that fumble, and lose your whole next turn. Lose this coming turn.
What, if I do spend the heroic luck, I lose this turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's designed to say that you're so busy defending that you're not able to take your defense. You're not able to take your actions because you remember you fumbled.
I know. How many are you already doing? 13.
Yeah, I'll be doing 13 successes.
Yeah, no, I can't risk that. I'll spend the heroic luck.
The heroic luck. All right, so you're not going to get an additional, but I've already got 13. So 40, 62, cold damage. So hold on. 40, 42, 45, 51 points of damage. Now,
Okay, take
as
off
a
15 for armor absorption.
right, so whatever that is, so 15, 51
What
minus
is it,
15
36?
for 36.
Yeah, it's 36.
Okay. Oh, no. Then we're back on that. Okay. I'm already suffering a penalty now. So that's fun.
You have the natural armor because of your woody body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It attacks again.
Okay.
Crit.
Crit!
You can spend 2 heroic luck to ignore my crit roll, meaning that I only get what I normally roll. I don't get the critical roll.
Yeah, I'll do that as well. I'm just
All
gonna spend all my
right. So
heroic
this
luck
is only
now.
6 successes.
Okay. I rolled a 21. So that's 3 successes. So 3 go through.
So you got 1.
I rolled a 21.
And what's your physical defense?
46. So that's
So
3.
That's
21, 31, 41.
21, 31, 41. That would be 3 successes.
Yeah.
So 1
then
gets
3 of
through.
yours go through. Oh, one gets through.
1 gets
I thought it
through.
was 6.
Oh, 6, yeah. So 3 get through. So it'll be 12, 17, 22 points of damage. Minus 15, you only take 7.
Oh, true. Okay. Still ow, but not as ow.
The next guy attacks you. Fumbles at your feet. His vines get all tangled up in himself. And last guy. 51. I've only got 1 success.
Oh, well, I failed, so that one's.
Yes, Selkie. The O1s are always for me. This is the goblin. This is the Pumpkin King, after all. Well, his minions.
Oh my god, is it David Bowie with a pumpkin on his head?
Right, it is, right?
So yeah, that goes through because I failed my physical defense.
So 1, it'll be 4, 10, 15 points of damage.
Oh, cool. So I absorb it all.
Yep, it doesn't get through your armor. I believe that's the end of their attacks on you. Next ones are coming to Gad. You've got 2 on you. First
Okay.
guy throws vines at you and has got 3 successes.
And that's physical defense.
Yes.
That is a fail.
So healed you for 3. So that's 12, 18, 23 points of damage.
Cool. I've got 15 armor absorption, so that is 8 points of damage. You did say 23?
Yep.
Yeah, that's 8 points of damage then. Cool.
Looky what I found. I found icons.
Oh my god, they're transforming in front of our very eyes.
They are.
They're turning into Blumpkins.
Yeah.
Pumpkins, sorry.
I'm David S. Pumpkin.
Next attack.
Yep.
Misses. Other guy attacks. Misses. Next guy attacks. Wow, these guys, these 2 guys over here completely missed you.
Just too fucking. Do not wanna
That's
hit
the
that, do
end.
they?
That's the end of their turn. Nat, it is your turn.
Yeehaw. Sorry, I mean cowabunga.
Yeehaw.
Cowabunga.
Ye
Um,
bloody ha.
So, important question. Does stasis immobilize things?
You bastard.
I think you've just got your answer.
I don't know. I have to actually do something.
Beautiful, right. Which one looks the most dangerous? It's not one of the ones hitting me. I'm going to...
So the first sentence says stasis allows the caster to place a single touch target into suspended animation.
Yeah.
So technically, yes, you've. However, I am granted a willpower check to ignore it, even if you cast successfully. So
yeah, there you are.
go ahead and cast it.
We'll give it a try, shall we?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna move on to one of the Smiling Jacks that's attacking Revandra, and I'm gonna try and cast stasis on it.
All right, go for it.
That is 4 successes. And that is 15 fatigue. I'm so glad I took Prodigy of Magic now. Obviously, you've got a willpower check to save against it anyway, but...
Willpower check. This guy has a willpower. Ooh. You touch him, you reach out and you touch him. He kind of lashes out with a vine, and as soon as you or your hand, your clawed hand or whatever it is, touches the vine, it instantly stops. And the motion just stops.
Alright, beautiful. That's 1 down. For now, I mean, it's got a willpower check at every time.
Yep.
To
To try to break out.
Yeah.
Yep.
1 temporarily down. Now I just need to double check. If I were to attack with my rifle, that would be a full action as well.
That would be a
wouldn't
full
it?
action as well.
Let's see, do I have any simple actions? None that would be helpful here. Well, I'll double check Earth and Bomb, but...
All right, are you done, Nat?
I'm just double checking. one of my spells. Sorry about the delay.
You're looking very serious with the PDF up on the laptop scrolling through.
Find a way.
I should have made a note of what whether everything's a full action, move action, or a simple action. So that's my mistake.
Come on.
Excuse me.
Come on. You couldn't control F the spell.
I mean, I tried to search it last time.
As a simple action, well, just out of curiosity, do any of you have lore monster?
No.
I have +10 to lore monster, but I don't actually have it.
All right, so I'll allow you to roll your base skill, which is 30 plus your intelligence modifier plus 10 as your base, as a simple action, so you can get
Okay,
some more
cool.
information about these guys.
So that will be. That'll put it a roll of 50.
I see you,
Together?
Silky. I see you. I see what you're doing there.
That is one success.
You know, they're undead and they are plants. You know, fire may not be a bad thing, but it's the whole field.
I haven't got any
And
fire
will it
spells.
actually cause issues?
It will, yeah. Are they magical in nature? Is it like an enchantment?
They are not magical in nature. They are infused with negative energy.
That's such a shame. I was just going to anti-magic area the lot of them, but understandable.
Well, that is awesome. Not going to work. At least not here. Traps. Traits.
I can't use Earthen Bomb, so I think that's my turn up. Earthen Bomb
All right,
is
so are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Blue tack. The spinning glaive of red death.
Right, I do not need to move from where I'm at. I go. Those first three are within striking distance, yes?
Yes.
So 1, 2, and 3 are all in striking range.
Right, so that's going to be a minus 30 to your strike.
Why minus 30?
You're going to try to strike all three of them at once?
No,
No? Okay. I thought you were going to. Okay.
no. I didn't know I could do that, but no. I'm basically starting with this one here, next door to branch manager. So that'll be my first attack. And that's 22. Oh, that's a bugger. That's 2 points above my crit range. 22, 32, 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, 92, 102. That gives me 8 successes.
What's your base damage?
With the red glaive of doom,
It's 9, isn't it?
my base damage with the red is 11.
How do you want to do this?
I'm just going to basically slice it straight, and then I'm going to spin the glaive round and come in to attack then the next
So
one.
you quite literally cut the top off this thing, and as you do, you cut the top off. It kind of flops off to the side, and you see this brainish like material inside the gourd, and it just drops off to the side, and apparently looks like it's dead, and this brainish like material kind of like oozes out.
Delightful.
All right, next one.
Right, so that's that one gone. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're not removing it from the board, so I'm assuming it's going to be getting up next turn. Lovely. So this pink one here is getting attacked. As I have improved multi-strike, there's no penalty on this one. And that's a 15, so that's a crit. So 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105. That gives me 9 successes plus 5, gives me 14 successes total. With my base of 11.
So do you keep your do you keep doing Ginsu, slicing and dicing?
Yeah.
This one you take right off in half, and as you do so, it kind of explodes, and you can see this brainish material kind of lopped off to the side, and you think you see the base of a skull leading down into the vines themselves.
Okay. Then I'm going to strike this one. This one will be at minus 10.
Okay.
No, that's not a good roll. That's an 86, 96. 2 successes on that one.
How many?
2.
2. Yeah, this one he kind of sees it and kind of like drops down into like a plant-like formation, like under the ground, and your glaive passes right above it.
Okay, is it still attackable?
Yeah, hasn't moved.
Okay.
Still within your
I'll go
range.
for my 4th attack. I will go and, as it's come down, just bring it straight up and bring the glaive down at it.
Trying to slice this thing in half. Do you
That's
have
a
any?
19. That's a 19 on the dice, which is a crit. So that's 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89.
10
So
successes.
that's 7 successes.
Oh yeah, minus the 3. Yeah.
And that's a 9 on the dice. So that's 16 times 11, 66.
Well, this time it tries to roll out of your way. It does have success in its physical defense against you. It's got a total of 6 successes. So
Got what?
6 successes. So you're going to do 7 successes worth
10
of
go through.
damage. So 77 points of
10.
damage.
Go through. I did 16. So 10 have gone through.
So 10 go through. So that's still 110 points of damage through its resistances. This one you just shunk, and it just spills off in half. The gourd itself splits in half, and you can now see that both there's some sort of living brain maybe in this thing, and there's definitely the base of a skull that leads down into the vine.
Right. How bad does wee beastie look?
He's looking very battered, and he's entangled.
I've got a move of 30.
Yeah, you can easily get there.
Right then. So I'm there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to try and do a shot. What's the extra penalties for a shot? To try and untangle him, or to at least damage the root without hitting.
So you want to
the
try
little
to
guy.
you want to sever the root, the vines that are entangling him coming from the creature.
Either, if I
Look.
can't do that, if that's too difficult, would it be easier just to basically strike the root of the creature? Hopefully kill it, then it'll loosen the vines off and he can get free and move next turn.
Your choice. Tell me what you want to do.
I'll go for the roots.
All right, go for it.
Because it's easier, because if he's entangled, I don't want to risk hitting him. Okay, so this will be 5th attack, so it's at minus 40. 05.
Be sure to give yourself a heroic luck.
Will do. So that's 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. So that's 6 successes, plus 9 again. So that's 16.
15.
Sorry, 15.
This guy's
11.
entangled, so he's going to get a penalty. He's only got 1 success.
Okay, 14 successes times 11
Yeah.
for the base damage. Plus a little bonus.
You're sitting there back, and suddenly you hear this whistling of a blade as it cuts through the air around you, and then suddenly, shunk, right in front of you, the creature itself kind of like loosens up and it kind of falls to the ground. It splits in half and falls to the ground in front of you, and behind you is Butak. smiling that devilish, trollish grin. I take it.
Ice
Just
one
look
wee
down
man.
at him. If you want to live, come with me.
Oh,
And that is where I will end my turn.
M, it's your turn.
I don't get to do anything.
Oh, that's right. Beginning of the next turn. Nats. Wait, hold on. No, not Nat.
I
Neil.
think Neil's next.
Yeah, Neil.
But I did my thing where I spent my 3.
Oh, so you're also not able to turn. All right, the smiling jacks go again.
Ooh.
Make a willpower check.
So the one that's suspended is this one right here, right? Nat,
Yeah,
this one right
the
here.
Purple one, yeah.
Okay. So I will put a gray box around them, so they're in suspended animation. This guy's moving forward again and is going to attack you twice.
Okay.
He's got 1 success.
I have a fail.
So he's going to do 10, 15 points of damage.
Okay, I don't take any damage because of my shell.
Okay. He attacks again.
Okay.
Misses. Nat, I'm sorry, M, branch manager. The one that's off to your right attacks you
Okay.
and misses. He attacks again with his vines
Right.
and nearly fumbles it. They're done. This one in the pink comes rushing up to you, and now it looks like you're getting surrounded. Butak is definitely surrounded. The guy in the
Surrounded.
pink,
I'm in a target-rich environment.
you're surrounded. The one in pink fumbles and kind of entwines itself in a viney mess as its vines wrap around itself, and it kind of falls to the ground at your feet. The next one, the green one, attacks and misses. It attacks again and misses. See, the dice are finicky. That was smashing you, and now they're like, you had fun. You're done. All right, Butak, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on you. That's 8 attacks. First one. 36, that's 3 successes. Out of print.
Sorry.
Three successes. I got 3 attacks on you. 3 successes on you.
And I rolled a 16 for defense with a skill of 107, so that'd be a lot more. So that's 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, 66, 76, 86, 96,
You got it.
106. So that's 9
The
successes.
second attack misses you. Third attack misses you. Fourth attack, I've got 5 successes.
Yeah, that's a 43. So 53, 63, 73, 83, 93, 103. So that's 6 successes.
So how many parries do you have per turn?
I didn't know there was a limit on how many powers you could have a turn.
Yeah, there's a total limit per turn. Per turn. And it's mostly used for your defense anyway. I think it's you start off with 1.
Right, this is the first time you've ever mentioned anything like this.
Well, I thought maybe you misread the rules. So you took it at heroic, so that's 1. Then you gain an additional one, that's 2. So I think you have 3 total. But it's at your 3 parries per turn.
From?
It's part of the parry ability.
I thought that just used your weapon skill.
It does, but once per turn you may use your weapon craft as your defense skill instead of your physical defense. So that's 1,
Oh,
right?
I owe you an apology. I've been using my weapon craft to parry with the entire time.
Well, this is what you're supposed to do.
Not
But you're
my defense. I've been making a mistake. I should have been rolling on my defensive skill, which is a lot lower.
no worries. But you've only got 3 parries per turn.
Right.
Each turn, so you can still parry. I'm just letting you know. there's
Basically,
3.
to TPKs, all you need to do is just surround us so we can't defend. Go.
Oh my gosh! You're still bad. What do you want? I mean, come on. So, are you parrying this one or are you defending this one?
I will defend.
So yeah, I would always use my parries for the bigger attacks.
Yeah. So
Right.
I have a physical defense of 79.
So this is only 5 successes. So you just need to roll 29 or less. You can always crit.
Well, I rolled a 0-7, so
Crit.
17, 27, 37, 47. Yeah, I've defended against it.
Yeah, you defend against it. Fifth, fourth, fifth attack, starting on the other guy. He misses. Next one, 48. I've got 2 successes.
Use me defense. 47, so 57, 67. Yep, 3 successes.
2, 4, 6. Seventh attack, I've got 4 successes.
Yeah, I'll go with defense again. Oh, no successes. It hit me.
So 4 times 4 is 16 plus 6 is 22 plus 5 cold damage. So that's 27. Right? Yeah,
27.
Yep.
27 in total.
Yes.
But I've got 35 armor.
Yeah, it bangs off your armor. So, yes, I can surround you, Simon. You can get 3 parries per turn, have a shitty physical defense, and if I don't do 35 or more points of damage, you're like, is that the best you can do? So, all I can say at this time, my friend, is suck it. Final attack. For 3 successes.
I will go with parry again. Not parry, the defense.
Physical defense.
Yeah, and that's an 18 on the dice. So that's 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78. That's 6 successes.
Yeah, you easily defend against it. Stop complaining about TPKs. The only time you get TPKs is when you rush against the big bad guy and leave everybody else behind. Sad face over there.
I don't like the energy we've created in the room today.
Nat, it's your turn.
So, on the topic of a target-rich environment, is it possible for Gad to put himself between Rivandra and the Smiling Jacks?
Well, which ones? There's 3 of them. Do you want to drop yourself here, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to kind of push Rivandra out the way.
Yeah, sure, you can. Absolutely. If River Andra wants to be moved.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
So you kind of
rooted
you
that
kind of
position, are you?
you dig up the roots and move her.
Yep, I push Rivandra out the way so that I am in the way for the Laughing Jacks. I'm going to whip the energy rifle around and start blasting.
So anyways, I started blasting.
So I get 2 shots per full action. Never used a firearm before. This is exciting. Let's take a shot at the green one first, shall we? This one.
All right, go for it. Is this a standard firearm or an energy blaster?
It's an energy blaster. An energy rifle.
Energy rifle?
Yeah. With the enhanced focusing crystal, so I got plus 10 damage to it.
Oh,
Okay.
fancy.
Yeah, the base damage is 10 plus 9. So. Ooh. Oh, holy shit, I'm re-rolling that.
I gave you a heroic luck earlier, by the way.
Oh, thank you, I missed it. Right. That is 1 whole success.
Woo!
We're on the board. We're not, it's going to defend against it, but we're on the board.
Yeah, it defends against it.
Wow, well, I'm going to fire again. That is another 1 success.
You really need to improve your weapon craft rifles and firearms there, pal.
No, they're just rolling really badly.
Yeah, can see my rolls. They're just not very good.
Yeah, they're just not good rolls.
My
Alright.
weapon craft isn't bad, but my rolls are.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Simon,
Yes.
Mr. TPK complainer. Go ahead and kill these things in front of you.
Okay, well, we'll go around the clock. We'll start with this one at the bottom here,
Okay?
and then we'll work our way around.
Go for it.
So, that's a 31 to attack the first one. So 31, 41, 51,
That's 8 successes.
that's 8 successes.
It fails. You basically slice this one in half as well, and it drops.
Okay, next one, the one with the blue circle.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
That's a 27 on the dice, so 27, 37, 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 97, 107. That gives me 8 successes.
It's got 5 successes. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 successes. I apologize. 3 successes.
So 8 minus 3 is 5. It's 5 successes that go through. So that's 55 plus my bonus damage.
What's your bonus
is
damage?
Plus 13.
So 68.
Yeah.
Damn.
This one drops.
Okay, and to this one. And that's a 15 on the die, so that's a critical. And so that's 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. So that gives me 8 successes plus a d10 successes plus 7. So 7, 14, 15 successes.
I rolled an odd 6. Not quite a critical, but I've got 6 successes.
So off the 15, that drops me to 9.
And this one
So
drops.
9 times 11, 99 damage.
This
Plus
one
my
drops.
bonus. Right. I notice you're not taking them off the board.
No, I am not.
And this one. I'm going to spend a heroic luck to re-roll that because that's just over my skill limit at the moment, but not a fumble. Ah, that's better. 22, 32, 42, 52, 62, 72, 82. So that's 6 successes on that one.
It misses. This one drops.
Okay. And this one's in range, yes?
It's
Is it getting back up?
It's
Stay
not
there.
getting back up.
Right.
Make a perception check, though.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Em. I talk about you guys.
Can't believe you gossip about us.
52 with a perception of 74. So
Oh, everybody knows about your TPK.
62, 72. So 2 successes.
While it's not getting back up, it is starting to reconstruct itself. Its body, where you sliced it, is kind of sinewy, kind of pulling itself back together slowly.
Yeah, because you can't kill undead in this game system.
Oh yeah, you
Unless
can.
unless you've got something special with you, which we probably don't have. Right. Then, as a move action, instead of moving, I'm going to use ability from my polearm fighting style and start twirling the glaive in a defensive pattern, adding plus 10 to my defense. So plus 15 against range attacks.
So which
And
one are you
I'll
going to
call
do?
out, from Fighting Style Polearm Master, page 103. I'll use my move action to give myself the bonus to physical defense of plus 10 against melee and plus 10 against 15 against missiles. If that's okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you're using which one again?
The No, number 1 it's listed on under fighting style polearm
Polearm
master.
Master. Okay.
It's page 103 in my book. It might be
Right.
different in
No,
yours because I know
nope.
you've changed.
Nope, hasn't changed.
Cool.
So you're creating a defensive barrier around yourself?
Yeah, basically just spinning with the glaive. So if anything
Okay.
comes near me, it's going to get Moolah next.
All right. So that's the end of your turn. M, your turn.
I would like to use my action to cast shadow decoys.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to see if like I successfully do that in the first place, and then however many successes I get is how many decoys I get?
And it's a spell, right?
Yeah. This is the caster can create 1 decoy per success, but I'm wondering if that's a separate roll to rolling to do the spell in the first place.
I think it's.
Is it the
when
same
you roll
same
to
roll?
cast the spell.
Yeah, it's the same roll as the spell. So
But
whatever you get.
If it's anything like when I was using summon animal, it'll be based on the number of successes you get when you cast the spell.
And what am I casting against? What am I rolling against? Is it willpower?
So what you're casting it, right? You've got spellcraft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just cast it as a spell,
Oh, okay.
right? You because you is this an ability or
It would be against your entertain, I think, if it's you using bardic magic.
yeah, it'd be against your skill entertain,
And it's against entertain because it's bardic. Okay, cool.
right?
That is
I've never played a bard, so I don't actually.
no. That sounds right. I don't have the PDF up on one screen and then my character sheet another bit.
Yeah. So so however many successes you get, that's how many decoys you create.
Cool. Oh. Okay, so that's 4 decoys.
All right. So 4 decoys suddenly up and appear.
Yay. And the spell says they just start running away from me, right? Yeah, these decoys move away from the caster at their normal movement rate. The decoys move at double the caster's movement rate in random directions. Oh, you've got 2 different sentences right next to each other that say different things.
It's possible.
What page you on?
I'm on page 314. It says, once the spell has been completed, these decoys move away from the caster at his normal movement rate. The decoys move at double the caster's movement rate in random directions.
Oh, right. So right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep, I'll fix it.
Is it getting fixed to normal rate or is it getting fixed to double?
It'll be normal rate.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that all on one side. All right. So these guys start moving away from you.
Yeah. You've put 3 there, but I got 4.
I hadn't been finished.
I will not be denied by decoys.
Leave her alone.
All right.
Cool. My hope being that distracts some pumpkins. God, it's not even that I can try and step back away from these guys. I'm just stepping back into more pumpkins.
Well, no, these guys down here, these are all
Yeah?
dead. Or at least they're
They're
all
all dead.
dropped.
Oh, with my remaining actions, can Revenge just kind of start stepping back?
Sure.
Thanks. Towards Butak. Big, strong, able to beat things up Butak.
We're skiddily doing the whirling blade of death.
Okay, I won't get that close to him. But
Just go around behind me. You decide, just go behind me.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna back up. Eh.
All right, so you move back there. All right. Top of the round, Neil.
Right. Cool. I think. I have got as this is a simple action. I have got Kuji Rakai healing. You can regain 5 points of health instantly per 25 points of willpower. This can be used one time a day up to 3 ranks. So I've got that for 1. So I have got 85, so that gives me 15 that I can heal myself by. So that takes me back up to 31. So I take it because that back over 28, that takes away that kind of -3 penalty thing. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so that's action, and basically everything round about us now is dead. Yep.
Yep.
As far as we're
You can
aware.
see them regrowing and reknitting themselves.
Yeah, you can
together.
see them kind of starting to re-knit themselves
Uh-huh.
as sinewy tendrils kind of reach out to each other and they start to pull each other kind of back to each other. It's
Right.
definitely, it's not moving very fast, but you can see them reaching out, slowly making connection, and then starting to slowly knit themselves back together.
No. Right. Try to see if there's any kind of Jinhu things I can use here. That doesn't work. And with nobody's got anything kind of fiery, do they? That we could try.
Need to check the character sheet, but I don't think I do.
Let's have a quick glance.
I don't.
I don't
unfortunately.
think I do.
No, it doesn't look that.
Yes, I do actually. It's in my backpack, but I've got it.
You know, so I can basically leave you all with them for the moment. So what's kind of alive still up at the top? Kind of pumpkin eater wise, are any of these things still alive?
Which ones? So the ones that are in white.
Beside Gad.
So it's the only two that are left really are this one and this one.
Right. Okay. So and I can move through things without taking a penalty. Or I can use my daggers to actually. What's that? Plus 5 bonus damage. Oh, I didn't see that before. That was silly. I just noticed it at a +5 for the attack, which would have killed the thing before it mangled me. Oops. Know your equipment, people. Know your equipment.
Said the actress to the bishop.
No. Oh.
So are these squares now down to 5?
They're supposed to be
Feet
about
again.
5 feet. They're supposed to be about 5 feet. Yeah, they're 5 feet center to center.
Right, so that would be. But if I were to throw a dagger at this one, do that you want. So do like a throwing attack on that one. I throw the daggers because it's saying here that the strike range is 5 foot. But can I still like throw one to attack?
No, your strike range for 5 feet there will be
When I'm up
hand
with them.
combat, I assume.
Right, so I think they had like a
So as
decent
a
range.
ranged weapon, I'm not sure. I have seen the section.
What are you using?
The daggers of Kanara. Because that's the ones that've got the wee special thing that if I throw and attack something, then I can be where I've
Right.
just
Let
done the
me
attack.
get to that particular magical weapons.
Page 170 for your ranged weapons.
Right. So these are thrown. So basically, you can throw up to 5 feet, I believe, per.
5 feet plus strength mod for point blank. Short's 10 plus strength mod. Medium's 20 plus strength mod. Long's 40 plus strength mod.
Alright, so
If you look
that's
on
like
page, Neil, if you look on page 170, there's a little
170.
chart for thrown weapons.
170.
Yeah.
Yep. Page 170. There we go. Weapon information.
Sorry, I
So
didn't mean to
those,
speak
so
over you
a
there,
max,
Levi.
your maximum. No, that's thank you, Simon. That you got right to it. So you could throw them 160 feet, right? But it would be a minus 60 to your attack skill. But if you're just throwing them to get yourself over there, your maximum would be 160 feet. And at that point, I would require you to make a strength check.
Oh, I'm looking just to basically throw them 25 feet.
Yeah, easily
20
enough.
feet.
Easy enough.
Well,
Are you attacking with them, or are you
attack-
just throwing them?
Yeah. If I was throwing them to attack, how would that modify the attack?
According to page 170,
Let's see.
your medium, it would be a minus 15 to your attack skill.
Minus 15 to my attack with that ends. But I could, like, so I've used one. Oh shush! I've used one of my minors, so I could throw it as a thing, and then I could still have used my larger action as an attack. So I could throw it to get there, no attack. But then when I'm in there, attack, and then do my thing of like taking points off each attack as I try it again.
Right.
And
So
again.
if you throw, if you throw over there because it'll teleport you to that particular thing, that's a simple action. So you get there, then you can attack with the other dagger as a normal attack.
Right, cool. That's what we're doing then. That's not how we're moving. Awesome. Right, so it's there, and then we're going to have a normal attack. 28, 70, so 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, so 5.
5 successes on your attack against this guy?
Oh, and I've got a plus 10 on the attack skill. Oh, that would be 6.
Yeah. So I miss my physical defense on this one.
Cool. So then it's 7 plus 1, 8, plus I've got my plus 5, 13.
So you got 13 successes?
No, 6 successes.
So 6 times a base damage of 7, right?
7, but I get a +5.
Right.
Bonus damage.
So that's bonus damage. That's added at the end. So 6
Ah,
times
yeah, okay,
7.
right.
So that's 42. So 47 points of damage to the thing.
Yep.
And you stick it, and it hits. And the moment it hits, it instantly disintegrates into dust.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Fancy. It's okay, guys. I've got this now.
Right, well,
I've figured it out. I've got it now. All right. Is that the end of your turn? Yes. Simple.
Yeah.
You still got a move
I'm gonna do-
action.
Oh, of course, 'cause I threw that, so I didn't actually move, did I? Right, so that one's dead. I am just going to hang there where I am.
Okay. Smiling Jacks. You are seeing them kind of knit themselves back together. It's taking time, but they are definitely knitting back together. This Smiling Jack rushes in, and 1 through 5 it goes to Gad. 6 through 10 it goes to back.
The wee beastie.
Yep, it goes towards you. It comes and swings
course it
its
does.
vines at you. It misses the first one. Good night, Selkie. And
Good
actually
night.
misses its second attack.
Yay.
It's done. Nat, your turn.
Right, so which ones are still alive?
The one right behind you.
I'm gonna shoot it. Decided to stop using the dice roll on the computer and I'm gonna use the dice roller on my phone instead. That is a 14, which also means it's within the crit range for the energy rifle.
Yes, it is.
So that is 5 successes plus the exploding die, which was a 9. 14 successes. It caps at 90
90
damage,
point-
but
90
got the
damage.
Enhanced focusing crystal, so I get plus 10 bonus damage.
Yes. So take it to 100 points of damage.
Yeah,
How many successes did you get?
14.
Okay.
And I ignored 20 armor absorption as well.
It's got 3 successes.
Okay,
And its
so
physical
11
defense?
successes, still caps at 100 damage.
Yeah, still caps at 100 damage. How do you want to do this?
I think Gad just sort of whips around and presses the very end of the energy blaster to the pumpkin and just pops it.
This particular pumpkin, when you hit it, it literally explodes into like 10 or 12 different chunks. It goes as you do it, and you are splattered with red brainy matter, and so is the wee beastie.
Thought.
Are there any more that are still standing? Like any around?
No, none of them are standing. At the moment that you pull the trigger on that, you hear this wailing erupt from the distance behind you, almost as though it's coming from the house. And then suddenly you notice the pumpkin patch itself physically moves as a path opens straight to the house.
Gad flashes Tinny a thumbs up.
And we will stop there for tonight because I know what time it is for you guys, and I can see in M's face that I want to keep going, but I'm so tired. Can we stop? And she's too polite to a point to say, "Can we stop?"
I won't be available next Saturday.
Oh, you're going to that Halloween festival weird thing where you burn wood and other things like that. You should be very upset about the
Halloween.
fact that they are burning wood, Riverandra.
No,
I'm just telling you.
We are going
Wood
drinking.
is carbon neutral. It's okay to burn that.
Yeah,
We're
you won't
going
be here anyway.
drinking At
I will be
Freelance
here
of
anyway.
Lifters
Ooh.
for his yearly bonfire gathering.
Understood.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to say goodnight there, guys. Everybody say goodnight, and we'll pick up in 2 weeks.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.